Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sac.
Oh, good morning. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Good morning. Welcome in. It's so great to be with you. So great to have you with us.
There before I get my coffee.
That's right. I got my coffee right here. Clank. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Law, and Dwight Gooden circa 1987.
Yep. What's up, Doc?
What up, Doc?
Can we rock?
What up, Doc? Can we rock? Yeah, we'll rock on a Friday fun of games. I was going to bring my son in today, then I forgot. We'll do that next week.
I'm still waiting. Where am I? Where are we going?
He's like at home right now. By the
sitting
door.
on the couch.
I'm just picturing completely dark living room, lunchbox in hands,
Yeah,
just sitting on the couch,
and
looking at the door.
And there's no designs. It's like a brown plain lunchbox. There's like no superheroes or anything on it.
And he has flashcards of his jokes.
It's weird. My kids never wanted designed lunchboxes. They just had like when I was a kid, you got like, if you're lucky, if you're rich, you got like 2 lunchboxes a year because I always break one. So it'd be these plastic square lunchboxes with a handle, and it'd be like, Superman, G.I. Joe, He-Man, whatever, Star Wars, and you open it up, and I don't think they actually kept anything cool. I think they actually heated things. And you have a thermos. So like, some kid, like there's this one kid in my class every day. Every single day, this kid brought a lukewarm grilled cheese sandwich. Like I don't know if his mom would grill it
panini
that morning, right, or the night before, and he'd have this hot. He'd pour in his, you open up the top of the thermos, and it's a little cup with a handle, and he'd pour this tomato soup, and it would be, like steamy, and he'd just sit there, and I for some reason I was really jealous, and then envious of his grilled cheese and tomato soup, and then. If you're sitting at the lunch table, this is really how you learned commerce in school. I've always said they should have finance classes. They don't. But what they did have, and I honestly don't know if this still exists, but then you would have the trading table where it's like, all right, I've got this fruit punch Capri Sun. Give me your cookie. It's like, get out of here. All right. And does anyone want?
But you can have the carrots,
right? Nobody wants that. That would be like salary filler, right?
Cash considerations.
You have to run it through the trade machine, and it would be like the stock exchange. Anyone want? I've got an apple. Anybody got an apple? There's no marks in it. No. I mean, the snack pack was always a number one pick.
Did you go to school with Danny Ainge of lunches?
Just like making moves.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes you would like. There were times where you'd make a trade for like this thing and then a pudding to be named later.
Yeah, for future
round
picks.
Like I actually have my big, like I was a total drug dealer in school, but no drugs. I know, right? Okay. Not drugs.
Just heroin.
But no, my thing was.
You were high on life.
I would, because I can get an allowance. You get an allowance, you do your chores, you'll get an allowance for that. And then, my right, exactly. My allowance, your allowance is rent, your roof over your head. The only way I could make money around the house is if I did chores above and beyond what my chores were. So like the big one was like washing, and I was basically Click Clack before there was a Click Clack. I wash and vacuum my parents' car. Now the cool thing about my mom and dad is they let me do it like if I had the motivation, like once a week I could wash and vacuum their car. And I don't even remember I think that a couple bucks. I don't even know. But you wash and vacuum, and you get some money. And then what I would do is I would save up, and then my mom would go to it wasn't even Costco, dude. It was Price Club. Yes. And I would get one of them big jugs of Fireballs. Not the drink.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. The little red jawbreakers, right? And for those in this various age group, Chris, I don't know if it was like this for you, but there was a good 5-year period where Fireballs were like the thing.
Oh, yeah. We had a combination. It was those one like huge like jawbreakers.
Yeah.
That kids would have, but like would have no way to eat them.
No way to eat them. You're like, like you can't bite it like an apple. No way to look cool eating one of them giant jawbreakers.
Don't look cool doing it right now.
No, not at all.
On camera.
Fireballs, like that thing was, because Fireballs were crazy. Like, because I have a very sensitive tongue. I can only handle like, okay, if spice on a 1 to 10 scale, if like 10 is like, I don't know, habanero, ghost pepper, whatever, right? And 1 is like, I don't know, what, a bell pepper? I don't know, what something. No, those.
Yeah, I'll accept that. Yeah,
but that doesn't even have spice, right?
It's a 1.
But that's a 1.
I can, and then what? Like maybe a jalapeno is a 6.
I put that at 5.
5. I could handle like a 4, I could handle like a 4 without pain. Like I could eat I could eat something with jalapeno and be like, oh,
yeah.
And the thing about jalapenos too, which is total garbage, is like there are some days like at McCooney, they have a dish called pepper fin, and it's like little squares of raw albacore tuna and a bunch of sliced jalapenos. You put a jalapeno on the tuna and you dip it in the little ponzu sauce, and it's super good. But the problem is, again, let's use this scale here. The jalapenos range from like a 3 to an 8. You just don't know until it's garbage, man. Yeah. You have no idea. It looks like a regular jalapeno. Oh, pepper fin. Oh, there's not even really just nice little peppery flavor. Or next day, although why would I eat it 2 days in a row? But anyways, next time.
Really good.
Huh?
It's really good.
I know, right? Oh my God, I'm dying.
I'll try this tomorrow.
What the hell? Right. There's no way. Jalapeno is like a grab bag of spices, but let's say it averages around, like Chris said, a 5. Yeah. So Fireball would be, for my little kid palate, like a 5.5. Like it would build and build and build. And then you'd be like, God. And then
you kind of make it through that.
And then like you get to like, oh, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to have to spit it out. But then the kids, people make fun of me. You spit out your Fireball, it's too hot. You're just a wuss, right? And then you got to wait for that outer coating to burn off, basically. Yeah. And then it does. And, let's be honest, wonderful breath rolling around, sure. Nice cinnamony and all that. But I would sell those for $0.25. And
you're upselling.
Way upselling. Because I think it ended up being, I did the math once. I was like in 7th grade. I did the math. I want to say it ended up being like 4 cents per. So I'm making like 6x. Nope.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. 25 cents is what I say it was a nickel. A quarter. What I just say it was 4 cents. Mm-hmm. 4 cents. That's 25. Nope. 5, 10, 15, 6. 6x. That's what I said, right?
Exactly.
Sorry, I had a stroke. So I'm making like 6x. I'm just like, oh, you got, and people would eventually be like, hey man, can I get? And then I started doing a thing like where
2 for 50.
No, I do 5 for $1. Right? You can get quarter piece or 5 for $1. And I just always had like this big old, and then I'll never forget it. Winston Churchill Junior High, Mr. Chirac, the vice principal.
Oh man,
David Chirac.
Same name?
No, my last name's not Chirac. I go into I get called in. Hey, I hear you selling things. Yeah. And I'm like,
how much do you get for $5?
I know, right? We can do a little, come up with a partnership. And I get this talking to because
was this your first endorsement?
I think it kind of was actually, where he's like, look, there's no real technical rule, but just make sure you're not taking advantage of these kids.
Upsell matters.
Right? And then and his is garbage. One of my really good friends, Brian Belcastro. Some of you may recognize the last name. His dad was a longtime basketball coach at Marin Loma. Brian Belcastro starts selling Fireballs.
Competition.
6 for $1.
Undercutting you.
What the Christ are you doing, Brian?
Yeah.
So what
Time to meet Brian by the swings.
Well, Brian.
Looks like you got a good lesson on capitalism.
That's what happened. And so it's like we had to have a meeting of the two families. And it's like, he's at the table, I'm at the table. It's, and we got like his friends behind. Well, we had mostly the same friends, but in my mind, for the story I'm telling right now, like his friends were behind him, my friends were behind him, and everyone's snapping.
Yeah.
Why are they
Just
snapping?
weird. You guys about to sing?
So then here's where the story would be really cool. So then Mr. Schrock came over and tied our wrists together, and we each got a knife.
Yeah. So
and
cool.
I'm doing I'm doing the beat it video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anyways, no, we divided up territory.
Wow, price fixing.
So what we did, it wasn't dividing up territory necessarily. It was dividing up. We did days. So like I would get 3 days, he would get 2, then he would get 3 days. I would get 2.
The school agreed to this?
Well, no, this is just between he and I. It was
okay.
like, dude, come on, man. Like come on. This is my gig, and now I got I want to make money too, And then he's undercutting me.
It's when you buy him out.
How am I going to compete with that? His dad was a basketball coach, man. So, we're like,
you sell the business.
We get we're also talking about 8th grade business mind here. I didn't have it all,
I mean, $5 probably would have worked.
Good at business.
So eventually what we ended up coming to the conclusion is that what we found out, strangely enough, is that our moms would go to Price Club. He got the same gig, right? Our moms would go to Price Club, but they'd be 2 weeks apart from each other. So they'd each go once a month. But his mom would go, and then 2 weeks later, my mom. It was basically how it worked out. So what we did is we pooled our money. And so when his mom went, we split it and resupplied each other. And then when my mom went, we split it and resupplied each other. And then we just kind of, then we just kind of combined forces. And it really was an early lesson because it was like we kind of matched prices. So we agreed, look, if we keep undercutting each other, we're killing our profit here. So let's match up. Let's do the thing. Then we moved in. Then we branched out into gummy worms because you can get now it's 2 for $1, but I think it was like 2 for 50 cents at Ernie's Wines and Liquors that you could get like bags of gummy worms, right? So we gummy worms,
and those are just individuals like worms just sticking out.
Yeah, you've
touched them all.
It was the same thing where it was like we would sell a gummy worm for it'd be what was it? It was a dime per gummy worm, right? A dime per gummy worm, but I think it was like 6 or 50 cents. Oh, God, this is bringing back serious memories. But like, this is how you made money, man. Now, to finish off this segment, and it's a lesson for anyone who wants to sell any form of addictive property like gummy worms or Fireballs. The problem I ended up having, and this is where I got in a lot of trouble, where I'm in my room crying, wondering how am I going to get out of this mess I'm in, is you can't get high on your own supply. And I had too many instances where I'm like, I'll just have a couple. Yeah. Next thing you know, I've got like Fireball wrappers all over me. I've got a gummy worm hanging out of my mouth. I got like little cartoon X's over my eyes while Bugs Bunny's on. And I just ate most of my profits for the week, if not all of them. And I got to re-up here.
I was picturing more of a Scarface of a pile of Fireballs.
Just a face. And then all of a sudden the vice principal walks in. I've got my little squirt blaster. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, the whole thing. I mean, listen,
look at this, Chirac.
It's a kid business. And I'm here to kick ass and chew Fireballs, and I'm all out of Fireballs, kid.
Yeah, I like chewing those.
In America, first you get the Fireballs.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll start your Friday program. Friday fun and games coming up today. We've got probably the end of sports as we know it for the next couple months. And we got some MMA news to get to. We've got another rich quarterback. There's a lot going on. And I hope you're ready. I hope you're well rested. I hope you had your coffee or your tea or whatever you do to get up in the morning, because this is going to be a high energy program, partially because we as a show switched to year-round electric just a couple of months ago, as a matter of fact. We got rid of those pesky PG&E bills. And we're full-time electric, and proud to say that thanks to our friends, Kickin' Music. American Energy Heating and Air. Been around since 1981. And let's just be honest. They're the best. They're the absolute best. I'm so happy to be able to endorse them and bring them to you. And whether it's them or anyone else, also know that you're saving money both in the short and long run because you're getting a great deal. You're getting a great deal. Now, in addition to them saving you money, in addition to being able to switch to electric, they understand there's other companies out there. Maybe you're in process right now of dealing with them. So if you've had a technician recently diagnose your HVAC system and you're looking at the cost of the repair or the new system you're looking at, like, oh my goodness. I mean, really, how many of us know by heart that, like, oh, well, that thing costs, that repair should cost this. Oh, this new system should cost that. It's not that easy. Let American Energy come out. They'll do it for free. They'll come to your home, and they'll give you their own quote. Don't tell them what your other quote was. Let them do a blind bid. Again, just like with the fireballs. They'll be honest. They'll be straightforward. They'll give you solutions to help get your system up and running. And you know what? If their second opinion beats your first opinion, you're saving money. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. Ooh, yeah, on the chat line here. Blow pops. I forgot. There was a great blow pop market for a while. Weirdly enough, and I still remember this, nobody ever wanted Apple.
That's my favorite one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not surprised. See, contrarian, even little kid contrarian. Yeah, Apple was everyone wanted grape or watermelon. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Leading off is Dale.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
So Kyrie said after the game, what did you say to Luka? And he said at this point, you just kind of have to give him a hug and tell him it's okay. But did you feel like you let your teammates down?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, especially in this situation. It's the finals. You got to give everything. A little fire out there. But, yeah, Kyrie's been great for me, just having him on here.
I mean, when we're at the point now where Kyrie Irving is the voice of reason for you, hey, let's go. Say what you want about Kyrie Irving, and I'm sure you could say a lot. Here's the bottom line. He is a veteran with championship experience. He knows what it takes to get over the hump. He's played with the best in the business, and I believe that he's been a good influence on Luka Doncic, and that sounded like a very, I wouldn't say humbled, but retrospective Luka Doncic. But what does our boss always say? Don't confuse effort with results. We'll see tonight. Is it tonight?
Yeah.
Tonight. If he's learned his lesson, because he's going to need to learn a lesson, or he's going to Cabo.
Yeah, at some point, right? I mean, I just can't imagine 4 consecutive wins, but they just got to worry about trying to get one tonight. And they had some elements from the last game that were winnable, made that game winnable. They just couldn't figure out a way to do it, and Luka didn't help at the end.
Personal text line. Air conditioner and furnace went out. Blank company, I won't mention them, wants X dollars for it. What do your guys want? It's from my dad. Look, I would say first, Dad, I don't know. I don't have the menu. I have no idea. Secondly, why would you let me just text me and let me get him out there? What did you go to another company for first, Dad?
Happy Father's Day.
Literally went to a competitor and says, this is what they want. I endorse these guys, your son. One son you have that I know of. I mean,
true.
Do you really know? And you're going, what are we doing? Dad, I'll call you after. Yes, get American Energy out there, and I'm sure they can. Whatever price you got, they'll beat it. I guarantee it, Dad. What does it say about me if my dad doesn't even do the products I endorse. I'm his son. If my dad doesn't buy, I just blew the whole thingy-dingy.
Oh, you went to Upsize Clinic.
Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
And Trevor looking. Fires deep downfield. Got him in wide open. Zay Jones into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Trevor.
Could you tell who he threw it to?
No.
I did pick that one because it was my favorite call.
What,
He threw it to a Jaguar.
It's probably DJ Shark.
Oh, good Jaguar
like the
knowledge.
Jaguar receiver that I know.
Jimmy Smith.
Fred Taylor.
You win. Game over. Keenan McCardell.
Is it
I'll take mine.
Mark Brunell?
Oh, he was the quarterback, yeah.
Oh, we're still going receivers.
Oh my God.
Crap.
Who is it? I'm trying to think. Norm Macdonald has an album.
I was like, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, Norm Macdonald has an album where it's him and it's Jim Lampley calling a Jaguars football game. And Norm Macdonald is an insane gambler who's got like his life winnings, and Mark Brunell is sick on the field. And it is seriously one of the funniest things I've ever listened to.
Was it somebody impersonating Lampley, or was it?
No, it's Jim Lampley.
You're kidding me. Hey, do you remember hearing a rumor once about Jim Lampley that there was never mind.
About the hands?
Yes, right?
I think it was his wife.
Yeah, his wife.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not making fun
No,
of
it
this.
is.
Okay.
Yeah. She was a news anchor in Los Angeles.
I did not. I remember for some reason I heard the name Jim Lampley.
Well, I don't know what year, but I'm assuming
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, however,
getting paid.
he really has 3 years in the league, number 1 pick. One of those can't miss, like most heralded quarterbacks since Andrew Luck in the draft. I don't know.
That's in the draft, maybe. Yeah.
Like coming out of college, here are his numbers through 3 years. The last 2 he threw for just almost exactly 4,000 yards per. 58 touchdowns, 39 picks. And the Jags, since he's come in the league, 9-8 last year. The year before they were
made the playoffs the year before.
Also 9-8.
Okay. But beat the Chargers in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And then the year before that, his first year, 3-14, which,
Yeah, this to me is one of those things where he's been okay.
Yeah.
But they also have identified, like, he can't leave.
Right.
Like, they've got to pay for him, so that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, you're a good enough, like, we picked you number 1. Yeah, you haven't been terrible.
Right. You can be a part of the solution.
That's right. And also maybe, like, we take a little, like, we haven't exactly surrounded you with the best and brightest.
Yeah.
And there's only so much. The question when I heard that was like, well, how the hell is he how is he the most expensive quarterback in the league? And it's like, well, it was his turn. It's just the market.
Yeah. Soon he'll be the 8th highest paid QB.
You're right. And when you look at, like, his receivers going into next year are Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, and Brian Thomas Jr. And no offense to any of them, but those are all, like, number 2 receivers.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's the number 1?
There really isn't. Evan Ingram's a fine tight
They lost
end.
Ridley?
They did lose Ridley. Okay. So, I mean, I can squint. I love Travis Etienne. I think if he's healthy, he's a great running back. They get Eric Armstead now to kind of anchor that or help anchor that defense, but that is just a weird. It's one of those things where it's like you look at the Orioles and the Pirates, and I get it, they're different sports, but you have those teams that have sucked for a long time, but they draft smart. And with the Jaguars, it just seems they're just always kind of a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
And then every 10 years they make the playoffs and win a round.
And where'd they come from?
Yeah, well, exactly. And this could, if you're looking at teams next year where you're like, oh, well, they could surprise. Yeah, the Jags had. But it's one of those where if Jacksonville didn't pay him, somebody's going to pay him that money. So Trevor Lawrence is our guy. All right, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
All right, guys, here I am again. Conor McGregor is out of 303 versus Michael Chandler with an injury. The new main event is Alex Pereira. He is facing former UFC light heavyweight champion Yuri Prohaska.
When did Dana White start sounding like he was pitching ShamWows? And when did that change? That's UFC president Dana White announcing what pretty much we all look. Conor McGregor's injured. He's out of UFC 303. Also, videos were surfacing like 2 weeks ago of Conor McGregor at a club just going crazy. He's been making appearances both on social media and otherwise where he definitely seems excited. I'd be curious to know what this injury is, how it happened. There were a lot of rumors there were a lot of people that know things that were saying all along, Conor's never fighting again. This is not happening. Now, in Conor McGregor's defense, he's never had to pull out of a fight because of injury. He's generally the guy that would step up and take the fight when somebody else gets injured. He doesn't have, even though you think he doesn't have that reputation. But this seems like a different thing. He's a superstar with a ton of money. But since fighting Mayweather in 2017, he's 1-3. He's had 4 fights in 7 years, and he's lost all but one of them. He is 35, 36, I think.
Yeah, it still seems to be the draw. A draw.
He is the biggest draw in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, he is still the biggest draw in the sport. There's not John Jones. Ronda Rousey's long gone. I mean, there's a lot of great names in there. But the gate was on track to be a record gate. I think they were up to 30 million. I saw where that gate was going to be. The sellout event was on pace to set a UFC record with a live gate of more than 20 million. In Las Vegas. And this was a fight between McGregor and Chandler that had been coming for a long time. They were opposing coaches on The Ultimate Fighter. Anyways, Dana added, and Sean Shelby and the gang added a couple of fights on there. But, look, John Jones got hurt a while back and delayed the Stipe Miocic super fight. Now this is happening. That's delayed. It's just, what the hell? But there's a lot of people that'll still buy it for $80 or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, that would be an interesting to see what the differential is now.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, you got a lot of people that were, they had a press conference in Ireland set and they canceled it the day before. Reality of the situation is, you got a lot of people that bought. Think about it. You want to go to the press conference? You got to buy. You're buying your tickets a month in advance. You want blah blah blah. Same thing for this. You had people in Ireland already bought their tickets. The fight's supposed to be June 29th. Now they're stuck. It's just the reality of the situation. It's unfortunate because it really does hurt the regular Joes that are huge fans of the sport. We'll take a break. When we come back, first look at the finals. Boston is looking to sweep, and are we looking at the start of a dynasty? We'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center with a sunny day today. Expect to have temperatures that are going to go from cool in the 50s to warming up into the 90s by this afternoon with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and zero down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This the Summer Sales event?
Well, it boils down to this one question. Do you want a great deal? Hoblet has it. Right now, you can save up to $13,500 off MSRP on remaining new 2023 Dodge Challenger or Dodge Charger, starting as low as $25,595. There's just a handful left, and after this month, it's all done.
After this month, the savings is all gone.
Yep. So if you've been putting it off, but you've dreamt about getting one of these cars, you better stop by Hoblet Dodge in historic downtown Woodland fast.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the vehicle you want than Hoblet Dodge right now. Don't miss your opportunity. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $13,500 total net savings after $89.20 factory rebates and $45.80 dealer discount. At least 10 of this net savings. $25,595 net price after $64.20 factory rebates. Rebates may include $500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of First Responder Association. PIN number 607624. See dealer for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Are you one of those players that finishes a round, takes off your golf shoes, and dumps them in your car trunk? Golf Digest says you can extend the life of your shoes with just a bit of care. Use a little warm water and maybe a drop of soap to wipe away any dirt after your round. Actually, I just wipe mine with a wet towel when I take them off, and they stay looking like new. Also use shoe trees to maintain their shape and keep the insides dry. If you have more than one pair, rotate them so you don't wear the same shoes 2 days in a row. Change your spikes because new spikes will help you get more traction for your faster than necessary swing. And with Sacramento's hot summers, give your shoes a break and don't leave them in the trunk of your car. That will suck the life right out of them. With so many brands, styles, and colors on the market today, you can certainly find the right pair for your personality and your game. When you think about it, golf shoes are really part of your equipment. Treat them well. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Imagine you're hanging out in St. Louis, going to school. You and your buddy are riding the bus together.
Gross.
And you both love to play sports. And, you joke, maybe you'll make it someday. Like every kid does. You're riding the bus together. It's cute. A few years later, you're both up 3-0 in your championship series. There's a picture out there. There's a video out there, too, of Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics and Matthew Tkachuk of the Florida Panthers. And they did. They went to school together. For a few years, I think 3, and stayed in touch. They're friends, and now they're both up 3-0. Not going to lie, it's not like we're going to get into hockey a ton here, but I did watch Actually, it was on in the background yesterday. We had some friends over, so we had the TV, and there wasn't much on last night, and had the game had the hockey game on. It was like 1-0 Florida, then Edmonton tied it up. This is in Canada, and then it was 4-1 going into the third, and then the Oilers scored 2, and really they were threatening. They were knocking on the door. They were asking questions of the Florida defense, as they would say in soccer, and ended up losing. They're down 3-0, and I really got sad. Like, first off, the only time I've ever in my life been anywhere close to being into hockey was watching Wayne Gretzky and Grant Fuhrer and those Edmonton Oilers back in the day when I don't know why. I think it was just Gretzky.
A long time ago.
It was I was a little kid.
Gretzky played in Canada?
Huh?
Gretzky played in Canada?
He actually
what
played.
do they know about hockey?
What do you know? And we said yesterday, I think, what was it, 90? Well, the last time a Canadian team, we didn't say this yesterday. I said this last night to my friend. The last time a Canadian team, any idea? Last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup?
2010.
Okay. Jason?
Last year. The Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup last in, I think it was 1993.
What? No.
Yeah.
The Vancouver Canucks won recently.
No. Oh, wait. Did they change?
Where they had like that huge riot.
Hold on a second. Did they change? Are they still in Vancouver?
The Canucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Did I miss that when I was doing the thing? Because then I must have misinformed. Hold on. I'm looking it up now. Did they really? How did I miss that? Or did I? Oh, you know what? You know what probably happened is I assumed that Vancouver was not in Canada because there's another Vancouver.
The Vancouver Washington Canucks.
What year?
2011. I was off by 1.
Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, well, before that,
remember that big ass riot?
I do know. You know what? It's because on Wikipedia they don't have them listed in order of. It's like
they have like they've won 30, they've won 26.
Yeah. Okay, well, before that, the last time I'm pretty sure was 93. Yeah, Canadians over the LA Kings, and I don't know why. Shut up, Chris. I don't know why, but like it doesn't defeat the point I'm making here, which is I'm rooting for Canada. I want Canada to win the Stanley Cup.
You don't like the Florida Panthers?
The fact of the matter is, when the Panthers
Florida State Panthers,
gross. When the Panthers win, that means 4 of the last 5 Stanley Cup champions will have come from either Florida or Las Vegas.
Hockey town,
right? That's not what I think of when I think of hockey. I think of like snow-swept things and cold and Moose Jaw, Canada, which is the only reason I know what Moose Jaw, Canada is because that's where Youngblood got sent in the Patrick Swayze movie.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, Youngblood with Patrick Swayze.
Oh, Youngblood?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cynthia Gibb. Yeah. Anyway, and what's his face that always played coaches? I think he passed recently, but you'd recognize
Craig T. Nelson?
No, it wasn't Craig T. Nelson, but you would 100% recognize the coach in Youngblood as he is one of the all-time that guys.
Okay, I can't wait to see it. Let me see if I can get his name.
Guarantee there. Oh my God! If you get his name,
show me his picture.
Jason, that will be the most. Nope. Why did it show his butt?
What?
Yeah, for real. It showed. I went to go look at this dude, and it showed his butt. Let me see here. It's great radio. That guy.
Oh,
recognize him?
Yeah, he was the coach in Not Another Teen Movie.
He was. That's right. He's the guy that like broke the guy over his knee. Don't do it.
I don't, and kept spitting on the sideline.
Yes.
I don't have
Billy
his name,
Bob.
but I did look his name up before. It's not on the tip of my tongue.
All right, he is
yeah, he's the coach
for real. Murray Chadwick was played by Ed Lauder. But Murray
Ed
Chadwick
Lauder.
was the coach.
Yeah.
Played by Ed Lauder in the 1986 movie Youngblood. And honestly, man, he was Ed Lauder. I think Ed Lauder recently passed, and by recently I mean 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Same time that the Canucks won.
Probably why you don't remember.
That's why, you know what? Honestly,
it was
when
the
Ed Lauder
tragedy.
passed, I pretty much blocked out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But that's Canada. When I lived in Minnesota for 2 years, I realized why they all like hockey. Because how we have soccer fields everywhere, they have hockey rinks everywhere. Every school has a hockey
That's when
rink.
you started to play.
That's when I started. That is absolutely when I strapped it on and became a hockey guy. 100%. Big hockey guy.
You like the sweaters.
Love the sweaters. Best unis in all of sports. My dad was a massive hockey guy growing up. He grew up on the East Coast in the northern part of New York. And I've never, I was going to do this later. I'll just switch the segments here. Why don't we like hockey? Why don't we like hockey? I have this conversation once a year. I've never, ever, ever understood why I'm not saying we hate hockey, but it isn't everybody's opinion, unless you're a hockey fan, something like the following. I super respect these guys. They're crazy athletes. I probably should like it more. If it was here, if there was a Sacramento NHL team, I'd really like it, but I just can't get into it. I feel like that's the most common.
Nailed it.
Or more fun to go to the games.
That's right. And you got to see it in
watching.
person. But there's a whole world of super hockey fans.
I don't know. Even in person, it's kind of.
Is it?
For me.
Oh, really?
I had I went with a friend, and her dad was telling me like, "Oh yeah, hockey. You're a soccer guy. Hockey's a lot like soccer." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then 5 minutes in, I'm like, "I have no idea what's going on right now."
True or false? In the last 7 months, you've been to a hockey game.
Me?
Yeah.
False.
How about me?
True.
True.
Why would you say that?
Because you're asking.
Yeah, it's true.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Sac State football. We were in the playoffs at North Dakota. Went and watched North Dakota, one of the nation's best hockey teams, and we watched them play.
I don't know. I think the Bruins are a little bit better than North Dakota.
Prove it.
Well, our friend Craig Amazine.
Yes.
Every year, he and Patrick Mulvaney, local restaurateur, they go to the Frozen Four.
Mhm.
They're into it.
Yeah.
Things are getting better.
People are religious about hockey.
Wicked.
I have nothing bad to say about hockey. I don't. I have no complaints. And by the way, Chris, for people like you and me that can watch, like, be on the edge of our seats for soccer, we especially should be able to watch hockey.
Yes.
And yet we don't. And I can't. And I try. I want to be into hockey. I want to be into hockey so bad. It's not like NASCAR. I have no interest in being into NASCAR. NASCAR. That's what I say. Hand wave, NASCAR. Also, I know we got a break, Chris. Can you do me a favor real quick? Because this is a weird thing. Can you type into the search bar, when was the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup? Type in those exact words, please, and tell me what it says. Chris is currently typing.
1993, the last Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup.
That's why it did it to me. Now,
you know what it is?
Huh?
It's because it's the Canadians. It's because it's the AI Google answer. So it's picking it up as Canadians.
I took that as Google doesn't watch hockey.
Does Google not care about hockey? Now, obviously, you're right. Vancouver won it, but that's what threw me off. What the hell? It even says in the underneath thing where
What
it's
if
like,
you put a team from Canada?
when was the last time a team from Canada, this show is so great, team from Canada won the Stanley Cup? 1993.
Whoa.
Is there something we need?
Is Vancouver not in Canada?
Is there a whole thing now? Is it Vancouver, Washington?
Is it the 51st state?
Is Vancouver? Yes, has Vancouver been booted? Booted.
Yeah.
Which is boated in Canadian.
That's what it's about.
All right. Well, we're gonna
America's
research
hat.
this. We'll take a break. That's one of my favorite things on Rome. America's hat. Yeah. When we come back, safe or out, baseball and some baseball, and we'll also talk baseball. And but we'll talk a little baseball too. We'll do that next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS has raised the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes in recent years. This hits hard if you're behind on your taxes. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. If you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's the Make This the Summer event, and it's going on now at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi, everyone. Leonard Harrington here, and I want to tell you how we make your buying experience at Lodi CDJR as easy as possible. You can come in for a visit, or you can do everything online at LodiCDJR.com. Just pick out the make and model you want and scroll through our large in-stock inventory. Next, schedule a test drive at the click of a button. If you want to finance your vehicle, you can start your paperwork online too, saving you plenty of time before you get here. And if you're looking to sell your vehicle or looking to buy, we'll give you an instant cash offer online too. At Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it easier than ever to put you into a new vehicle. It's what we do. Online at LodiCDJR.com or in person. We're right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports. Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I want to screw everything up here. Can you hear the breaking news, Ben? But it's not for real breaking news.
Yeah,
I want to get that out, but it is important show news here. Then we'll get back to safer out here in a second because we've had a development. We've had a development during the break, Jason.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Okay, Chris was just so wrong. And
I was very wrong.
The wrongest.
And I've even found out I was wrong since I came in there and told you I was wrong. I was even wrong about that.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so the 1990 Google was right. We like to apologize to Jonathan Google. They got it right. Gary Google is his brother. 1993 was the last time a Canadian team won, the Montreal Canadiens, which means I was originally right. But so wait, you thought Vancouver won the Stanley Cup in 2011?
Yes.
10? Okay, but they didn't?
They didn't. I thought that because I thought everyone remembered the riot. Not everyone remembers the riot. There's a huge riot. I thought it was because they won the Stanley Cup. It's not. Then I said to you later, I'm like, oh, it must have been the Western Conference Final.
Yeah.
That was also incorrect. They lost in 7 games to the Boston Bruins.
Okay.
And the riot happened after that.
Do we know why the riot happened? Was it for like serious things?
No, it's like just troublemakers.
Just for fun?
Yeah.
Just a fun riot?
Fun riot.
I think what in the end, though, as we move on to baseball, which less people care about these days, but still care about, is that I think the lesson learned is this. We did a whole thing on that. Not one person texted or was like, hey, actually they did. They didn't win it. It was not one person.
Yeah.
So
the texters and the chatters love to tell us how wrong we are all the time, but not on that.
Yeah,
when we were incredibly wrong.
Oh, here we go. You know what? I take it back. Within the last 2 minutes, Vancouver didn't win. The Riots came after they lost Game 7 to Boston. Look at the list of winners on Wikipedia. 2011 was the Boston Bruins. ESPN just did a 30 for 30 about the Riots as well. Okay,
that's why I had that in my head.
That's why. That's what does the 30 or 30. All right, well, there you go. And by the way, that's why we don't talk about hockey. We did a whole thing, and it ended up being completely wrong.
That's the most we talked about hockey.
And we were completely wrong. Well, we were right and then wrong. And the bottom line is this. That's why I'm rooting for Canada. What? Oh, okay.
I was restarting the...
Safer out. Question 1, please. Out.
Safer out. You'd rather see a no-hitter than a 70-point game in the NBA.
Ooh, good question. Is it stupid that I wrote this question and I still am struggling with it? I think I'd rather see a no-hitter. I think that's safe, but I know that I first put 60-point game. And I was like,
that does nothing for me.
Yeah, that's okay. 70 points though, but also a no-hitter. But the 70-point game, let's be honest, it's going to be more exciting. But it doesn't really get exciting until the second half.
Yeah.
But then again, neither does no-hitter. But no-hitter doesn't get exciting until what, the 7th, 6th? Okay, never mind. Out. 70-point game.
It's out for me. I'd rather see the 70-point game. The individual, just the amount of buildup for that, I think is better than the no-hitter. And less common. 70-point games.
Yeah, it's less
no-hitters.
common. Yeah. You're right. All right. Number 2, please.
Safer out. You'd rather see a perfect game than a 5-home run game by an individual.
So I believe a 5-run game is not home run game has never happened. I'm pretty sure it was, what was it? Nate somebody. Wasn't there a guy that hit 5 home runs in a doubleheader, I think? And his name was Nate something.
Littlefield.
Yes, Nate Littlefield. God, I swear that's right. That was one of my little kid baseball books.
Was it in Canada?
And so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then there were riots. I don't know, man. A perfect game, though. I'm going to go perfect game on this one.
Really?
Nate Colbert. 5 home runs.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Just because, dude, a perfect game.
How about something that's never happened? 5 home runs.
You know what else has never happened? I've never seen a perfect game. So that would have already happened. That would never... I don't know. Perfect games are different. I will accept arguments for both sides, though, but I think for me it'd be...
I will not accept arguments from the other side.
5 home runs?
5 home runs for me. That's what I'd rather see.
Thanks, Ness, in the chat. Boston won in 2011. You're too late.
Really?
We already figured it out. We were testing you.
Yeah.
We knew all along what we were saying.
Boston's not in Canada.
Boston, well, that's your opinion, man.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Number 3.
Safer out. For the first time ever, the WNBA might grab your interest this summer more than baseball.
For me, I think that's going to be safe asterisk. Like, I'm not fascinated by the WNBA, if I'm being honest. I'm fascinated by the drama surrounding what's going on in the WNBA. I saw Caitlin Clark was just getting absolutely roasted yesterday again. And I don't, there's just a lot of surface petty stuff around this. And then there's like a lot of deep stuff that like I'm not qualified to step into. And I'm just watching it. But I'm starting to get the idea that like the WNBA might be screwing themselves here. I think there's I keep hearing over and over again, there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, just when I thought it was safe to jump into this thing, nope, I'm out. It's just not enough. I'm good. Like, there's way too much. And then, you've got the WNBA fans, diehards, they're like, good, we don't need you. It's like, no, you actually do.
Yeah.
There was a report out yesterday, the WNBA is set to lose $50 million this year for a league that I don't believe has ever been profitable. And if they have, barely.
Tesla's never been profitable.
Is that true?
Oh, man.
We're giving everybody all sorts of information.
I'm not going with positivity anymore. I'm just going to throw it out and say, man,
maybe.
Chris is scarred now.
Amazon has never been profitable.
There you go. Which is so weird. How is that even a thing? How has Amazon never been profitable and Jeff Bezos is worth like $3 trillion? Don't get Chris started. Safe for out.
That's why he's worth $3 trillion.
Safe for out, Jason. It's gonna be out for you.
Yeah, because the thing is, my love for baseball has never really changed. Maybe it's waned a little bit, but I'm still always been in baseball. The other part, though, is I would say the growth of the WNBA, though, has intrigued me even more. I know when I was the Monarchs, I was really into the league.
Sure.
Then when they left, I thought I would stay with the league. I didn't.
Yeah.
But now it's for the last couple of years, I've actually been kind of into it, not watching it religiously, but I think more so playoff time and now some of the star power that they have. It's grown for me, but it's not more than baseball. I'm still a baseball guy.
Do you think that would be different if your Yankees were my Giants?
Maybe. I was thinking about this too. For me, being a Yankee fan, I mean, it started as a kid when my cousin played for them, but then I went from him to Mattingly to Jeter. I had about a 3-year gap before Aaron Judge. So I've had
You've
like
had
40 years of like my favorite players all being on the Yankees.
By the way, Jason says his cousin. Let's remember your cousin is, of course, famous Yankee Greg Jeffries. Or Nettles. One of the two.
Played in Canada.
We'll get you some U.S. Open updates throughout. Chris will be in charge of that. Looks like right now, Jason, what we said yesterday, we're dead on. The projected cut's going to be +3. Ooh. That could adjust. In case you're wondering, Tiger Woods, along with Dustin Johnson and a few others of note, Shane Lowry, Will Zalatoris, all at +4 or above, and looking to make the cut. Justin Thomas +7, 3 above the cut. In case you are wondering, Tiger Woods, he of the +4, will tee off at 10-14. Currently, Patrick Cantlay still one-shot lead over Ludwig Oberg. They have not teed off yet. Rory McIlroy is +2 on the day and is sitting at 3 under, tied with Terrell Hatton.
So it sounds like you took care of that update.
Yeah, you know.
He just chipped in. Rory did.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, wow, was that an eagle? Well, that at least was a birdie. He chipped in for par.
Yeah, that's
well, good for him. I mean, he saved a stroke, but I thought, man.
Yeah, course is apparently course is dried out a little bit and is going to play tougher today. So that I'm going to adjust. I'm going to adjust my predictions as we take a break here, Jason. I'm going to say today's cut's going to be +4.
Okay.
I think by the end of the day, it's going to be +4. The way these guys are coming out of the box, it's only going to get drier the longer the day goes. We'll take a break. When we come back, is this going to be the first double sweep since the early 90s? We'll talk about that. Also, Boston looking to sweep. We'll get into that. And the poll results from Luka Doncic yesterday. That was a pretty thick conversation about Luka Doncic. And speaking of, let's have a thick conversation. Yeah. Chip. My friends at UpsizeMatters.com. Check them out. Now, we're talking about Dr. Jack Friedlander. Name you may recognize from my NorCal Laser Lipo days with him. And Dr. Joel Pash. Dr. Jack in Roseville, excuse me. Dr. Joel in San Francisco for the Upsize Clinic. Now, look, we're talking about, we're talking about something that is very a source of insecurity for many. That's girth, circumference. This is a doctor-performed procedure that can, get you on the all first team. You know what I'm saying? Whether you don't have a problem, you just want to improve, or it is an issue, and you want to get back in the starting 5. Notice how I use all the puns and analogies I can because I'm limited in what I can say, but you get the point. Dr. Jack, Dr. Joel have achieved quite a bit of success. Free consultations for you. And what does that mean? That means you can actually get your procedure done the same day as your consultation. It's outpatient. It's quick. It's easy. Long-lasting. What more do you need? Financing available. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com. Hey, get your girth on. Will we have the first sweep since the early 90s? We'll take a look at the Celtics in Dallas. Coming up right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Carmichael Dave here, reminding you this Father's Day, you can make your backyard the ultimate retreat with Amy's Outdoor Living, your grilling headquarters. See the new Red Hot barbecue brands, Napoleon and Rectech. Napoleon grills, perfect gas, perfect infrared grilling, built to last, and those Rectech pellet grills, they're built like a tank and offer the #1 rated grilling app. Now, Amy also features Weber, Big Green Egg, and Traeger gas and pellet grills like I have, and the Gosney professional pizza ovens. Guys, I threw my old pizza oven out. I got the Gosney in my backyard. It is so awesome to do pizza at home with the family. Free setup and delivery on $3.99 and over purchases. Save 40% off selected in-stock patio furniture and umbrellas. Visit their clearance center in the Sacramento store for scratch and dent savings. Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. I hear things just got better for Chrysler's Make This the Summer sales event.
They sure did, and I didn't believe it myself. But now you can save thousands more on your next new Ram truck, like up to $19,500 off MSRP on select new 2024 kind of savings. And we're not just talking about 1 or 2 trucks. We have tons of trucks with the best savings we've had so far this year. Plus, we have over 400 new Rams available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties.
I must have heard you wrong. Did you just say you could save nearly $20,000 on new Ram trucks?
I had to double and triple check myself, but yes, save up to $19,500 off MSRP on select new 2024 Ram trucks, only at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Well, you heard the man. Best savings of the year with nearly $20,000 off select new Ram trucks. If you need a new Ram truck, Hoblet has it. $19,500 total net savings after $11,500 factor rebates and $8,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capita bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capita Qualify and 2 $2,500 Ram coupons. Only available while supplies last. At least 5 at this net savings.
Hey, Sacramento, get ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. It's an unbeatable lineup of shows you won't want to miss. First up at Thunder Valley on June 22nd, don't miss NSYNC and Backstreet stars Joey Fatone and AJ McLean as they bring back the hits. On June 28th, it's country sensation Lee Brice lighting up the stage, all at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. And check out your Live Nation lineup on August 4th. Don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And then on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And coming up September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Visit livenation.com for all your ticket information. And stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sit Down Sports.
I'm Christopher Laud with your update of the U.S. Open from Pinehurst number 2. Patrick Cantley is currently the leader at 5 under par. He will tee off today at 125. Tied for second currently at 4 under par is Thomas Dietrich. He's through 4 holes, and Ludwig Abberg. He'll tee off at 136 today. Tied for 4th is Tyrell Hatton and Rory McIlroy. This update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Now back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Car.
Hey, it's a Friday. We're already in hour number 2.
We're already there.
Father's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let's say this real quick and we'll move on. I get it. Mother's Day is the one, and it should be. The moms do all the mom stuff, and they're the ones that, had the babies and blah, blah, blah. I get it.
Is that a forever scoreboard? Probably.
Kind of.
Yeah.
One of my favorite conversations to have with my wife and her friends, though, is I always say, it could be the biggest scam ever is that childbirth hurts that much. How are we going to know? And they always say, well, imagine getting kicked in there, repeatedly. Like, that's about what it feels like, but worse. I'm like, yes, but you voluntarily went back for more. Does it really hurt that? You went back for seconds in my wife's case.
That's the joke online that comes out every couple of months.
What?
After a woman gets pregnant, a couple of years later, she'll say, hey, maybe we should have another one. And
Right.
the guy will never say, I want another kick in the balls.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to happen. Yeah. Is it a scam? Maybe. Also, as dads like me, I'm pretty sure my kids are mine.
Yeah.
Fairly confident. I don't know. Never did the 23andMe's. Probably should.
I remember when I had, about a year and a half ago, when I had kidney stones. I went to the doctor, and the doctor had said, like, the 3 worst pains are childbirth, kidney stone. There was a third one, maybe gallstones.
One Han Solo died.
But he said, and I said, oh man, like that was brutal.
Yeah, I've never had kidney stones.
I only had it once, and I don't want it ever again.
I've heard everyone I've ever talked to that's had them is like,
and if it's, again, there's moments, there's different times, but the moments that are legit, you're like, oh my gosh, this is awful.
Although someone said to me last time, and I'll never know this, remember when I had the Cove, like 6 months ago? Or no, it was February when I got back.
Maybe even February.
And maybe even February. And remember I was saying how like it was like 3 a.m. It was raining outside, and I was outside in my spa because literally it was the only way I could get comfortable because I had such horrible back pain.
Oh,
and I was talking to a buddy. He's like, dude, you had kidney stones.
Could have been.
Like that happened. And I was like, what? No, I didn't. I just,
all while having that?
All while having, COVID stones. But let me just say this. I feel like Father's Day has now become underrated. My wife literally said earlier this week, no one cares about Father's Day. It's just kind of a, you got to do it. And I feel like that's true. Like dads do things too.
Could you say that same line before Mother's Day?
Nobody cares about Mother's Day. Oh, I could. It wouldn't
be your last one.
Wouldn't work out well for the home team, but I could. Well, Mother's Day. And then she had the gall to turn to me and say, "What do you do?"
And that's where you had your answer ready to go.
I did. And I didn't. I had it on deck. It was right in the back of the tongue, ready to go.
I cooked for the band party.
I fished a bee out of the pool the other day on my own.
Heroic.
Yeah, lady.
Yeah.
Anyways, happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. Here's Zebra here. Imagine crapping out a 7-pound watermelon. I don't have to imagine that.
You've done it?
Yes, twice.
Last week. When you saw Peace too.
That's when I looked down. Edmonton and is down 0-3 to the Panthers. So there's your Stanley Cup update. We talked about it earlier. That's twice we've talked about hockey now. Did you know, by the way, no Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup since 1993?
I'm going to have to Google that.
Yeah, you should Google that. Yeah, how about that? But when it comes to the Celtics and the Mavs, we talked about this earlier this week. It just seems like maybe we've overthought the Celtics in the sense that, keep it simple, stupid. They're the best team in the regular season. This seems a little bit nuggety. I feel like we did a little bit of this last year with Denver. Like, oh, Denver's, yeah, they're there, but once you get into the postseason, they'll get exposed and this and that. And, turns out the team that cruised through the regular season and just summarily knocked everybody off and won the championship. It feels like with Boston, it's the same thing. If anything, Jason, with Boston, I find myself going, okay, well, they're about to win a title here almost certainly, but it kind of seems like they should have more.
More titles?
More titles. This group.
Yeah, the way they're constructed. Obviously, they went to a final.
Yes.
And, you see different write-ups on Boston, how long they've been working this together to get to this. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know when it officially started. But, I mean, if you think about getting Tatum the way they did, remember that was a pretty clever trade by Danny Ainge.
Yes.
And he worked to get to Tatum. They got Brown. And then all this other stuff in between. I mean, really, Brad Stevens has done an amazing job.
He really has.
And Ainge prior to. I don't want to, take any credit away from Danny Ainge, but it feels like they are going to get the one more win at some point, whether it's tonight or later on in the series. But why would they not? I mean, usually the favorites, the finals champion is the favorite the next year, but I got to believe they would be the considerable favorite, barring some sort of crazy free agency where people get caught by, oh my gosh, these 3 stars are now a team. Boston's really set up well to be good for a while.
Until the Kings get loose in the trade market.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that's the way it's going to shape up. And like I said, we overthought it a little bit in the end, and we'll do postmortems. By the way, last question before we break. If you're the owner of the Boston Celtics, with respect, do you send Danny Ainge a ring?
Probably out of courtesy, sure.
Yeah. Been with the Jazz a couple years now. He's full on board doing that, but he did get Tatum. He did get Brown. Yeah. And let's remember, he traded down to draft Jason Tatum. He traded down with the Sixers to number 3 to draft Jason Tatum, and the Sixers drafted Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Knowing that Tatum wouldn't go 2. No, and he said this, and I know they're always going to say Ball.
Oh, that's right.
And he said, like, all along, that's who we wanted at 1, but we thought we could get him at 3. And you just go, man, that's brilliant.
It honestly was, and he's responsible for the foundation. Because didn't Ainge do Jaylen Brown as well?
Yeah.
So there you go. By the way, speaking of Father's Day, coming up at 8:00, we'll have a couple of segments here on Father's Day and sports and your father and whether or not that the intersections of those and so much more.
Some for some people, not for everybody.
Yeah,
but some is good.
Absolutely, completely. And you can substitute mother in there as well.
Sure.
It just happens to be Father's Day or older brother or uncle or whatever. When we get back, quick break here, 1 minute. When we get back, 3 for Madness. We'll talk about the draft, Summer League, and let's get a Malik Monk update with you as well. We'll be right back on Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I hope the mics were on for that one. Yeah. 3 for Madness. Christopher Ladd. Question 1.
Scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the draft?
9.9 asterisk. I am very excited for the draft. Asterisk because I think they're going to trade the pick, and I'm really excited to see what they trade it for. So, like, technically,
You think we'll know draft night? I guess you can.
You can.
Yeah.
I think so. Can't you do it before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they're in their offices, like looking at little, pieces of yarn and string and stuff, and they've got some offers on the table. I'm hoping, and I'm excited to see what that move's going to be. There's 2 big things this summer. There's the draft, and there's Malik Monk. And I swear to God, if we go into October and we use the pick on, Fred and the Jonathan, and then we lose Malik Monk, and we're just rolling it back, I'm just going to be like, all right,
You won't be alone on that.
I don't think I will at all. But yeah, I'm excited, but I
don't believe that's the plan.
I
but,
don't think it is.
You got to have another team to be engaged with you on that. That to me, I said this before, I think that's one of the more difficult things about being a GM. I mean, we all have fun with it and think, I could do this, or this is what I would do. Here's who I would add. Like literally laying out the map. I'm sure they're in their offices going, okay, let's draft.
Right.
Jonathan, what'd you call him?
Jonathan again. Yeah.
Again.
Right.
At 13 and go, okay, that's a plan. That's a course of action.
Right.
What would that result? Or let's trade the 13th pick with this and that turns into this player. What's better? I mean,
right.
I would say for the fan base, the second one is more exciting because you're assuming that's an exciting player coming back in return. I don't know who the player is.
I don't.
But the thought of it being different is more exciting. But also drafting a player is different as long as that player's in the rotation. But yeah.
Well, let's go
what
with
are the options?
Let's go with the easiest. Would if the one that's not going to happen, but it's the most rumored. If the day before the day of the draft, they announced that they traded Harrison Barnes and the 13th pick to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. Is that more exciting to you than if they drafted
whatever player at 13?
Whatever player at 13?
I would say yes. I don't know, but that's a perfect example. More exciting.
Yeah.
Is it better? How do we know?
Depends on the player being drafted.
Yeah,
because of course,
or a couple players after. Like, who
true.
are they really looking at
Yes.
13?
Yeah.
I don't know that we'd ever get intel. They go, the guy we really wanted either went or we could have taken, and then you follow their careers. But I think fans would be more excited about that. I'm not sure that's the right move, but I think that would be more exciting.
Just picking a random one that would be realistic to happen.
Yeah.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
If the Kings do keep their pick, are you all in on Summer League and the Classic?
Well, and let me just ask, you read that perfectly with the right. Did the capital D-O and do help you with you kind of emoted that?
I did.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I found myself last year like, hey, if there is a drawback to how great this year was and making the playoffs and everything, it's the first time in a long time got a little hole in my heart from Summer League. I missed caring about Summer League. So yeah, if they get a lottery pick this year and they do use the pick and it's Jacoby Walter, I think, is the one probably most likely, or Zach Edey or whoever it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be excited about Summer League a little bit. And I haven't in a while, and tune in, and that's just something that wasn't there last year. I didn't care.
Yeah, it's funny. We were, of all things, yesterday talking about the California Classic and trying to remember about it last year and what we did and so on and so forth. And Chris and I were talking about it, and then it was, oh yeah, Keegan played in the first game, and Keegan was super aggressive and was really good. Had a bunch of points. So I mean, I think I get into the California Classic and Summer League when it's going on, but I also very much forget it.
100%.
Like there's no carryover. I mean, when the Kings won it, that was cool, but like the details of that, I don't have a lot of all-time favorite California Classic moment. It's probably either Keegan last year, but really Marvin Bagley.
The Bagley dunk over Mo Wagner. And wasn't that like
he peaked
9 seconds into the California Classic?
Yeah.
Like that was the first year of it, wasn't it?
At that moment, poll Kings fans better than Luka.
Literally, if you could stop time and you polled all Kings fans,
you happy now?
Should Marvin Bagley, did Phoenix mess up by not drafting Marvin Bagley number 1? I think 94% of Kings fans would have said yes.
Yeah.
At that moment.
I was working on his Hall of Fame script.
Should Marvin Bagley have called an instant timeout and retired on this, grabbed the mic from Scott Moak and done a retirement speech?
He would have been an all-time what if. Like if he dunked it right there,
all-time what if.
That's it. Like I've actually fast forwarded my life and I've identified this is my highlight.
This honestly,
and you'll never know what I would have been.
Never, nor will I. But I don't care. I'm pursuing my rap career.
Yep.
I'm pursuing a career in music. It can't get better than dunking over someone. And honestly, I didn't enjoy what I just did to Mo Wagner and his family, and little Franz.
Yeah. It's time for less.
It's time for less. Yeah. No Mo.
Yeah.
I'm retiring. Love you, Dad.
Yes.
Question number 3, please.
Question 3.
So stupid.
Let's get an update. Do you think Monk will re-sign with Sacramento?
I wrote this question down not necessarily to answer it, but to just kind of remind us all as to predicting it. I believe in all of my heart that Malik Monk wants to re-sign with the Sacramento Kings. I 100% believe that. And that's an educated guess. That's not just me guessing. But it is an absolutely impossible question to answer because like Malik Monk, we don't know. Well, let me back up. I believe Malik Monk hopes that there's going to be a 4-year, $160 million deal from somebody and he doesn't re-sign with the Kings. I guess that's probably the number one. I believe, all things considered, that it's going to take more money to pull Malik Monk away from Sacramento. If it's apples to apples, and even close. Like, for example, if the Kings, and I don't know if it'll be 4-year. My expectation is if he does sign with Sacramento, it'll be like a 2-year with a 1-year opt-out. But let's just say he was offered $4 and $78 from the Kings, and some other team offered him $4 and $85, $4 and $90. I think he'd still stay. But I do believe that if an Orlando, if a Philly, if somebody comes in and offers him like 4 years, 120, 4 years, 110, maybe even 100. I feel like 100 is the magic number. If he gets $100 million offer, I think he's gone. And I can't blame him. I blame the stupid freaking rules that are set up to protect teams like the Sacramento Kings that right now are actually – we did everything right. Monty McNair grabs a guy who is, signs him to a nice $9 million a year deal that helps not resurrect his career, but boost his career. It works out perfectly. And now there should never be a situation where the home team, in other words, the team with the possession of the player, is at a disadvantage with other teams. That just is kind of the underlying stinky thing about this whole thing. The Kings should have an advantage over the other teams to opt into being able to go at or over the cap, and they don't. That's kind of stupid. I hope the NBA takes another look at that.
Yeah, my prediction is that he stays without any serious intel on that. But a part of my thought process on this is the communication I hope the Kings had with Malik Monk and his team before the trade deadline.
Yes.
Because I'm going to go back to that. If he leaves, and he has every right to, that's a misplay.
I agree.
And I think they are aware of that. I think they know that. And it also doesn't mean, same example, Dave, like I'm not selling my house. And if someone says, I'll buy it for $3 million, that house it's not worth that.
Right.
I didn't want to,
right.
But how do we turn that down?
Right.
I could get another one, lesser,
right.
or different location
100%.
that I don't like as much, but they're way overpaying for this.
Yes.
And so I could tell you, I'm not selling my house. And then I was like, well, I changed my mind.
Both
because
things can be true.
Right. Where Malik's like, I want to come back to Sacramento. Oh, I didn't anticipate a 4-year. That team's pretty good. And they're offering me way more money in a starting position. I changed my mind.
I can tell you.
I don't fault him for that.
I can tell you right now for a fact, as we are about to re-up our deals, I would never leave KHTK for KFBK mornings. Would never do that.
Yeah.
But if KFBK came in or named the group,
right.
You're absolutely right. It was like, well, here's what you're making there. We're going to give you 10 times that amount. And we're going to guarantee. Yeah, well, I said I was never going to land. I didn't want to. I hadn't planned it, but, you got a family to think about.
Now it makes now you think.
Yes.
And I was like, well, what is better for me?
Right. And different levels,
right?
Obviously of cash, but, dollars are dollars. So hopefully he doesn't leave.
Yeah, I hope not.
We'll take a break. When we come back, football, there's a new richest quarterback, and we've got an update on UFC 303. Conor McGregor is out with the fallout from that as well. We'll kind of do a sports potpourri coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center with a sunny day today. Expect to have temperatures that are going to go from cool in the 50s to warming up into the 90s by this afternoon with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
It's the Make This the Summer event, and it's going on now at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi, everyone. Leonard Harrington here, and I want to tell you how we make your buying experience at Lodi CDJR as easy as possible. You can come in for a visit, or you can do everything online at LodiCDJR.com. Just pick out the make and model you want and scroll through our large in-stock inventory. Next, schedule a test drive at the click of a button. If you want to finance your vehicle, you can start your paperwork online too, saving you plenty of time before you get here. And if you're looking to sell your vehicle or looking to buy, we'll give you an instant cash offer online too. At Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it easier than ever to put you into a new vehicle. It's what we do. Online at LodiCDJR.com or in person. We're right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com. If you love the game of golf, get ready for the event of the year. The Gold Rush Classic Celebrity Pro-Am Golf Tournament, where golf, charity, and the star-studded fun all come together. Picture this: a $1 million hole-in-one contest, a thrilling skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a chance to rub shoulders with your favorite All-Pro or Hall of Famer on the greens. But that's not all. After the tournament, enjoy a lavish farm-to-fork dinner and a concert under the stars, all while raising money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, and other youth charities. Join us on August 22nd and 23rd at Rancho Murrieta and be a part of this extraordinary, prestigious event. Tee off alongside legendary All-Pros and Hall of Famers. The Gold Rush Classic Celebrity Pro-Am Golf Tournament. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot today. Go to goldrushclassic.org. Make a difference while playing the game you love. The Gold Rush Classic, where golf, charity, and the star-studded fun all come together. For more information, go to goldrushclassic.org.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Carmichael Dave, who has very good sources. I mean, you can just kind of tell that everything gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, show rolling along. Yeah, it is. What? It's rolling right along. Along the path.
Rolling. What?
What? It's rolling.
It is rolling. Welcome back. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
Trevor Lawrence is doing good.
Yeah, he is.
He's doing real good. He rich.
Cash grab.
$275 million, of which $200 million of it is guaranteed.
That's the real money.
And this is the part that always gets me, man. Trevor Lawrence is going to walk in, let's just say today, and hey, Bill. Hey, John. How you doing? Yeah, good. Pen. Probably a really nice pen with like a Jaguar logo that he gets to keep in a velvety case. Well, by the way, it's not like Trevor's going to go in and be like, okay, page 2. Yeah. No, his agents have already read everything. All Trevor's got to do is come in, need you to sign here, and here. Or is it just one signature, I wonder? At the bottom?
I need an initial.
Yeah, initial here, and here. Is it like buying a house?
Or is it like the president where you get the pen, you do one part of your name?
Yeah, one part. So you have like
pen.
7 pens to give away.
I think it'd be great if he came in with a
stamp.
Yeah.
Well, like his own seal and like wax.
Right.
With his coat of arms.
What if he did it in calligraphy?
That would be amazing. That would be worth the money.
Good penmanship.
So he signs his name, Trevor, maybe in crayon.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, misspelled.
Lawrence. Invalid. And as soon as that signs later today, he's off. Maybe he's playing golf, celebrating with his buddies. And all of a sudden, he gets a notice from his bank. Let's say he banks with USAA. I don't know, just randomly. Maybe he had a military member of the family. Oh, deposit received, direct deposit from Shad Khan and Jaguar Enterprises. And he's like, let me go into my account. Hey guys, come here. Look at this. Look at this direct deposit. $142 million.
So you'd be buying drinks? No.
Hey, not in this economy.
Yeah.
$142 million signing bonus. I just want to take a moment and imagine what that would be. Everyone just take a moment. 142 million just showed up, and you got the rest of your offseason. It's in your bank account. Now, granted, he's already rich. But I got to think, I'm immediately going on Redfin.
To do?
I'm buying a house.
That's what you do right away.
I
think he's got a pretty nice one already?
He probably does. I'm meeting with some investor-y people. I'm going to buy up some. You know what? I'm going to get into this Blaze Pizza thing's taking off. I don't know. I'm going to buy a couple of frames. Give me some AMPMs.
You know, it would honestly really be interesting because, I mean, they already start from a different place, but it'd be like the common person, us, whatever, winning the lottery.
Yeah.
I still think, I could be wrong because I haven't been in this spot, but I still think your habits that you do now, like, so if you coupon, if you look for a deal, you're going to look for a deal. Even if you've got, you know, hey, I go to Sam's Club because there's bulk pricing, and like, why wouldn't you still do that?
Because you have $142 million.
You think you would? So where do you shop?
So here's what I think. I think you're 100% correct. I would bet.
I think the trend, honestly, if you can't live off of 30,000, 300,000, wherever the in between, you're going to struggle. And if you do just or scrap and scrape through at 30,000 and scrape through at 300, you're going to live the same way.
I think you are 100% correct.
Trevor Lawrence's house, 6,900 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. He paid $3.4 million on July 29th, 2021.
I'm moving up.
You're moving up.
That's a starter house for him.
I mean, let's be honest.
Are you really?
Here's the rules. If a house has more bathrooms than bedrooms, you're rich.
Okay.
Just like if you go to a restaurant and stuff says like market price, it's too expensive.
Right.
You know, and if you go to a restaurant and the sides are separate, too expensive. Right. I think you're 100% right. I want to finish this thought because it's important. I think you're 100% right, Jason, that you would do that.
Me.
You.
Not you.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Nope. I ain't scrapping nothing. Nope. I'm not. I will tell you.
So you win the lottery today. You're Sacramentan through. Are you staying here?
I am staying here. I will retain a home here.
Okay. You'll buy property elsewhere.
I'm having a good.
You're like a beach north coast.
Yeah,
right?
North coast. I'm gonna have a plane now. Plane. So now I'm doing South Oregon coast because I can now get there
in a pilot on retainer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sharing it with somebody. I'm going in on a plane with a buddy.
See, you're looking at why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly. That's fine.
Different levels.
Exactly. I'm not a billionaire. I'm 100 millionaire.
Oh my God.
What? Yeah.
Only $100 million.
I know.
You're not going to get your ranch packets at Carl's Jr. or whatever?
I'm going to request ranch with my fried zucchini. Yeah, but I'm not. You know what I'm probably doing? I'm probably calling up Carl Jr. and saying, let's buy a case of these because I'm rich now. That's kind of whatever. But
you're still not going through the process of the drive-through and all that.
I am.
What would be the stupidest thing you would buy?
I'm gonna have a good buy. I'm having a good buy week here.
Okay. Oh, you're leaving.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm leaving. I love the job, but I got stuff I want to do now.
Yeah.
Now that I can do, what's
you move in with or next to Piece 2?
Oh, I'm not moving to LA.
Oh.
No.
You got all the money in the world.
No, I'll probably get me a nice little McMansion in Morgan Creek or something. You know, I'd buy a really stupid car.
Batmobile.
Yeah, or maybe I'd get one of them Cybertruck.
A-Team van.
Yeah. But I would instantly be like, okay, what I do need to do though is I need to figure out what I put some of this money in to make sure that no matter how stupid I get, I'm never going to be broke again. that would happen. But I've already gone through this. See, here's the sad part of living in my world. This is the sad part of living in my head. It really is the sad part of living in my head because I've gone through this thought process before. Winning, we all have.
That's the best part about getting a lottery ticket.
It really is. Is that the best part is
maybe this is the one.
Between the moment you buy it and the moment you realize you lose, you know you're going to win. And you imagine, like, you go to bed at night with your little ticket, like, oh, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I've gone through this so many times, and every single time it has the same conclusion. Once I've done everything and gotten the initial ejaculate of money out of the way and I've blown it everywhere, I am riddled with crippling depression because now I know that the clock is now ticking. And I wish this had happened in my 20s. Now it's happening in my 40s. And I know that money can buy everything, but it can't buy time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know that because everything is so great, time flies when you're having fun. I just completely sped up the time till I die. And I'm just waiting on it. And I have this like scared, horrible feeling that, oh, now you figured it out. Well, you don't have as much time left as you would have 20 years ago. Now you're just waiting. You better do everything because you're going to die soon. Not soon.
You're loco, man.
It would be crippling depression at some point that I would hit because I would be so freaked out that, oh God, like what else? There's no more challenge now. What do I do? Oh my
Relax.
God. 10 years I did relax. And 10 years are gone now.
Of great memories that you made, hopefully. And
yeah.
Some trips and opportunities.
But I want more time.
That you can't have.
You
got a finite amount.
If you've ever seen the movie Free Jack with Emilio Estevez and Anthony Hopkins, have you?
No.
That's what I'm trying to do. The whole point is Anthony Hopkins is like a billionaire and Emilio Estevez is like a young, good-looking race car driver. And right when he gets into a crash, you're able to go in and you're able to suck out his they switch bodies. So like the rich people
face off.
It's like soul off. The rich people grab the bodies.
Oh, it's Get Out.
Of people that are about to die, and they go, you were going to die anyways. I'm purchasing the rights to you, and I'm putting my mind in your body. I just bought myself another 50 years.
Yeah, Get Out.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
So if you got rich, you would make a Get Out situation.
In like a nice, ethical way. So congratulations to Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Also, sorry, Trevor, because now he's probably going to be depressed. Like, what's going to motivate Trevor Lawrence now to get up every morning and do the 2-a-days and drink the raw eggs?
Winning.
Winning?
Mm-hmm. To do road work when you're waking up in silk
pajamas. Yeah, what do I need to do road work for? Jeeves, do my road work for me.
AI.
I would have somebody named Jeeves, though. They'd be well paid. Mm-hmm. What's your name?
I'll change my name to Jeeves.
Right, exactly. What's your name, Chris? Not anymore.
What's your name?
When we come back, Conor McGregor's out at UFC 103, and we don't know what the hell. He's also generationally rich. When we come back, Dallas, Boston. Let's speaking of taking over bodies, let's take over the body of St. Joseph of Alameda's Jason Kidd. You're the coach of the Dallas Mavericks. What are you saying to your team later? Other than, did you guys book your flights? What are you saying to your team? We'll do that next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Time for an oil change? Right now, you can save on Valvoline Restore and Protect, the only oil that restores and protects your engine to like factory clean. You can also save on brakes, tools, and more during the Father's Day sale with dad-approved deals through June 16th. AutoZone Father's Day sale, now through the 16th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
With T-Mobile, you can save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, we'll pay off your locked AT&T phone up to $650 and you'll get a new 5G phone for free.
Pay off via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits with qualifying planning credit plus tax and $35 connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or they stop and required finance agreement balances due. See T-Mobile.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's an interesting philosophical conversation we just got into. If you were with us, is we were talking about Trevor Lawrence. We'll get to Jason Kidd now, but we're talking about Trevor Lawrence or anybody, and it is really fascinating because ultimately, Trevor Lawrence has $142 million in the bank today, plus God knows what he's already made. Another $100+ million after that. And by the way, he's probably signing another contract like this down the road. You'd think he's young enough. This is not his last big deal, assuming he continues to perform at the same level ish. And Jason, when you look at the NFL and you look at, for example, the AFC South, where the Jaguars are. So you've got CJ Stroud. You have, who's the Colts' new guy?
Richardson.
And then if you're the Tennessee Titans, you've got Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lawrence
Some would take Stroud based on 1 year. That may be unfair, but Lawrence or Stroud, right?
I would think so. Levis isn't. I mean, Levis is young, but not yet.
Same with Richardson, but
same with Richardson. And
that list could change. That's the way football works. Like next year, we might go, oh my gosh, why did we sleep on Richardson or Levis? whatever.
And then you also think, well, okay, the AFC is a slaughterhouse for quarterbacks
Absolutely.
right now. Where the hell is Trevor Lawrence in the AFC?
Right.
Just alone in the AFC, is he?
Yeah, I mean, I know we even have some numbers later on, like the top 6 paid QBs, which Lawrence is tied for number 1.
Right.
Like it doesn't include Mahomes.
No,
until or Josh Allen until their time comes up.
Yeah,
but you just go, man, some of the guys that are the highest paid right now just timed it right.
And I think the fascinating thing, like when we get into this summer, I think I'm going to put this question in the bank, and no pun intended. And when we get, into July, we're going to bring on, we're going to have some fun interviews, just kind of stretch out in that month. And I think I'm going to try to ask a recurring question, if I remember, of everyone we bring on. The moment you knew you weren't going to have to worry about money for the rest of your life. Because it is fascinating with athletics because it's guaranteed money in most cases.
Yeah.
What motivated you? How did you motivate to get up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m.? How did you do that extra rep, that extra set, that road work that you had to do?
But they're also, I remember the 30 for 30. I watched it. What's it called? Broke? Yeah.
Yes.
Where there were athletes that were generationally wealthy that are broke. That didn't handle it right and got into different things and bad investments and trusted the wrong people. And that's no different than I've seen the lottery ruin my life.
That's right.
And you just go, man,
how?
But if that can happen.
Weirdest thing about broke to me, by the way, this is before we'd ever met, is that Sean Salisbury was on it. And it was weird to me because Sean never made a ton of cash in the NFL. He was a journeyman quarterback who, but I remember Bernie Kosar and a few others were in it.
Andre Rison.
Yeah, just really sad when you think about it. Like, and 9 times out of 10, it's and that's the toughest thing, man. I cannot imagine
overextending.
You're a young kid coming from a broken home in a tough environment, and your Uncle Billy was your father figure and took you to all your games and practices, and you have these people that influenced you growing up that really dedicated themselves to you, and oh my God, you made it, and you made the pros, and you did well, and you signed that first new deal, and it's public, it's in every paper, on every TV channel, that Jason Ross just made his first $30 million deal, whatever. And then Uncle Billy calls you up. Hey, look, I need your help. I got this deal, and we can make a lot of money.
Yeah, we're going to triple this.
How in God's name do you say to Uncle Billy, who's like Father Billy to you, or Mother Jane, and say, I can't.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't have an Uncle Billy.
Right. It's like you're not there without them.
Right.
You have to help them ultimately. And if you do try to say no, it's like, oh, so we're a little big for our britches now, are we?
Yeah, and that's where, again, not being in that spot, you just wonder, like, I think that would be one of the beautiful things of it, is the ability to help, but you also want to try to control that as best you can. It's like, hey, look, I don't want to get involved in this deal,
right? But
I'm going to help you in some other way. I don't know.
Well, you'd have to have almost a strategy depending on how much money you made. Like, make a list of all that. You almost have to make a pyramid of friends and family and what they mean to you.
Yeah.
And then come up with a dollar amount or something and just be like, just send them like, here's a check for $100,000. I don't ever want you to ask and blah, blah, blah. But this is my thanks to you.
Yeah.
And don't ever ask me for money.
The way I've always thought of it, and I don't know if this is realistic, I always thought, like, okay, I'd like to help people, certainly, but I'd like to do it as an experience with me. Like, hey, this person would have never had this opportunity to go to this trip to whatever country, whatever place. We're gonna go there for 2 weeks. I'm taking care of everything.
Right. 100%.
But you bring the family, bring a few friends, whatever. That's the kind of stuff I envision, but obviously that when you dream about it, that's the kind of stuff you think about.
Jason's taken me to Red Star versus Partisan when he wins the lottery.
Absolutely.
Okay.
First class.
Maybe just throw a huge first class party celebrating you and invite all your friends and give them little gifts.
Sure.
With your face on it.
I don't need that. They don't need that.
Well, the Mavericks need something.
Yes,
Jason,
they do.
Because they're down 0-3, and they certainly don't want the Boston Celtics popping champagne deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
If you're Jason Kidd, I'll ask you a two-pronged question here. Number one, if you're Jason Kidd, what are you saying to your team, either whether it's at practice yesterday, before the game, whatever your speech is, what are you trying to lay into them, number one? But let me ask you prior to that. If you're Jason Kidd, do you find a moment after practice, bleachers, maybe in the locker room, maybe over Whataburger, are you taking Luka Doncic aside? And are you having a heart-to-heart with him?
Yeah.
Is this the time? Like, do you have to do it? I guess you kind of have to, but are you sitting with him and having an absolute come to Jesus?
Yeah.
With him?
Yes. I bet it's probably already happened, not even because of this game. I think this has probably happened multiple times.
Sure.
But yeah, one more run at. Look, what else do I have to lose? Like, kids got extended. Luka's going to be there next year. Kid's going to be there next year. This is as much for tonight, and if there is more series, as well as for next year and the years to come. So, yeah, I absolutely would do that. I don't know if I'd go down the road, because this is a little bit of a negative thought, but I don't know if I'd go down the road and say, no, it's not happening tonight. They're not doing it in our building.
That's not happening.
Because then it's like,
what if they
they doing it in Boston?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Are we admitting, like, they're going to beat us, just not tonight? Like, no, I think it's all about probably trying to clean up the things that honestly prevented them from winning the other day. And they could have won the game. And these small margins I've been talking about. Look, we built a nice lead. We had a huge comeback. We didn't have Luka for the last 4 minutes. Some of the I would try to work on some of the positives and not really dwell on what could happen is a sweep.
Would you go down the road at all of, like, don't put yourself down the road in a position where you wish you could erase tonight? You're in that moment now.
Yeah.
Where you don't let it be a situation where 3, 4, 5, 20 years from now, you're looking back on what you did tonight.
No regrets.
And wishing you could go back and use an eraser.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, would you at any point recommend a law firm to help them?
I would.
Okay, we'll find out about that during the break. Coming up right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for Are You? He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Dave was asking me if I knew of a law firm. I do. I do know of one. I'm talking about Jonathan Gonzalez and the Gonzalez Law Offices. You don't know what situation you might be in where you feel like you need representation. And if you're in that spot, you want to be prepared. You want to be ready. You want to have someone you can trust, and ideally someone that's right here in our community, in our town, that cares about this area and will care about you. That is Jonathan Gonzalez and his team over there, the Gonzalez Law Offices. So what might you need representation for? You just don't know, but maybe something like you've been in a car accident. You've got something where you have something in your past that maybe you regret that's holding you back that you'd like changed, like an expungement. Maybe it's a wrongful termination case. Whatever the situation may be, you want someone that's working for you and with you and that cares and just rush through these cases case by case. This is someone in our community, like I said, that cares about their own name, their own brand, their own style, but also about you as well. So here's what you need to do. I suggest you contact saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. Again, that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at saclegaldefense.com or 916-304-9187.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker. I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center with a sunny day today. Expect to have temperatures that are going to go from cool in the 50s to warming up into the 90s by this afternoon with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, it was October 17th, 1974, when the A's at the Coliseum beat the Dodgers 3-2. They won the World Series 4-1 for their third straight title. Coming up later this month on June 23rd, when the A's play the Twins. As the A's say goodbye to the Coliseum this year, the A's will honor members of that 74 team in a pregame ceremony.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This the Summer Sales event?
Well, it boils down to this one question. Do you want a great deal? Hoblet has it. Right now, you can save up to $13,500 off MSRP on remaining new 2023 Dodge Challenger or Dodge Chargers, starting as low as $25,595. There's just a handful left, and after this month, it's all done.
After this month, the savings is all gone.
Yep. So if you've been putting it off, but you've dreamt about getting one of these cars, you better stop by Hoblet Dodge in historic downtown Woodland fast.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the vehicle you want than Hoblet Dodge right now. Don't miss your opportunity. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $13,512 net savings after $89.20 factory rebates and $45.80 dealer discount. At least 10 of this net savings. $25,595 net price after $64.20 factory rebates. Rebates may include $500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of First Responder Association. VIN number 607624. See dealer for details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
This is Chris Rilad with your update of the U.S. Open from Pinehurst number 2. Patrick Cantley is the current leader at 5 under par. He will tee off today at 125. Rory McIlroy is tied for second with Ludwig Agberg. McIlroy is currently 1 over par for the day, 4 under for the tournament through 12 holes today. Xander Schauffele is tied for 4th at 3 under par, and Thomas Dietrich is also tied at 3 under par. Those are your headlines. That's your update. It's brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Now back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
That's your headline.
You get so used to doing that for years. Decades.
Oh, why? When you do it, when you've got to do something like serious, it does. It's always cracks. You've always got me.
Because you know I hate it.
Because I know you hate it. I know you despise it. And you're trying so hard. And then the best, I don't know why. And our sincere appreciation to Naturewood, because they're always awesome with these. But like, I really like the music. The music is like, it always makes me think it's like an Olympic update.
Yeah.
Because it's all like royal and then Christopher is debut. Time for your golf update, brought to you by Nature Wood. At the same time, you do the job.
Yeah.
You knock it out. And I am looking forward to sitting around this Sunday, thinking about our friends at Nature Wood, watching Father's Day, final round, U.S. Open golf, just hoping there's some drama.
Yeah.
Just give me some drama.
I think we might have it.
Okay. Tiger Woods is off the board because that's the obvious one. Rory McIlroy is tied for the lead or in the lead going into the final round, or Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau are tied for the lead and in the final group. Which one would you rather see?
Rory.
I would rather see Brooks and Bryson. That's interesting. Not that I wouldn't love to see Rory in there, of course, but God, what a fun storyline that would be, man. Just the two of them having and every single stupid.
Haven't they kind of squashed that beef, though?
I think they kind of have, but it would still
rekindle at least.
They're
that
just
thought.
both salty red asses. Yeah. If you're a golf nerd, or even if you're not, if you're just tangentially into golf, there's a real interesting. There's a golf writer named Eamon Lynch, Eamon Lynch. You can look him up. And yesterday, Brooks was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing media," And then Lynch, this is brilliant on this guy's part. He texts Brooks Koepka. He's like, "Okay, you didn't want to do your press conference. Would you do a text interview?" And Brooks is like, "Yeah, sure." And then they proceed to have this text interview. And it's like, no, I just didn't feel like doing media. And by the way, it's like, it's the same old questions. How did you feel? What worked? What didn't? And then eventually, after 3 questions, they're going to ask me about some live versus PGA thing. And and then it becomes uncomfortable. I don't want to get into it. It's the same, it's nobody's creative. And the best part about the back and forth between the two of them is that this journalist who obviously has a relationship with Brooks, because then I think the next line is like, "Oh, so it's a pity party for you." And then Brooks like pushes back. And then the guy's like, "Well, why don't you ask a creative? What would be a creative question?" And Brooks like says something like, "What's the difference between regular and Bermuda grass that they switch to? Like, ask me that." And then the media guy's like, "Well, that's creative." Brooks is like, "Well, if you want me to do your job." So it's like this friendly crap talking back and forth the whole time. But in the process, you get kind of this insight into Brooks where he eventually is like, "Look, nobody really cares about what I have to say. It's Tiger, it's Rory, it's Scotty. Like, I'm way, way, way down I'm not robbing anyone." And when Rory didn't want to talk to the press 4 years ago when he was in contention, it was because Rory's focused. Rory is laser focused, and he's not even normally he talks to the media. He's not talking about when Brooks Koepka doesn't talk to the media. He's angry about something. And it's Brooks is a red ass.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He is, but it's always interesting. That's why I like the full swing, because you got a little insight into them, and you end up liking them a little bit more.
Sure. Good to know him.
Anyway, top of the hour. Welcome in. Father's Day. I want to preface this, and I think it's important too, because we're going to spend a couple segments on this. And Jason, you put this together. I think it's great. Not everybody has their father with them.
Correct.
You being one of them, of course. Not everybody had a father. Not everybody has a relationship with their father. Well, make sure to be sensitive.
Right.
So,
but likely a father figure in some way, brother, uncle, mom, aunt,
father figure can
coach,
be a mother figure, right?
Somewhere, teacher,
substitute,
right?
Whatever you feel is appropriate in your life for when we say father, just because we want this to be as inclusive of a segment as possible. But for the sake of the fact that it's called Father's Day, we're going to use father here. Your first question, your first point you have down here is, well, let me skip to the second. Was your father figure a sports fan? In my case, 100%. My dad's a diehard.
More or less than you?
Now, less.
Him?
Wait. He would be less. I think.
Why do you think he likes sports less?
I think that through the course of time, like he raised me. Well, he raised me to like sports, but there's always a ball game on.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a ball game on. And that was my dad's way of unwinding. And so I picked it up because I wanted to do everything my dad did. But then, like, somewhere I think around 12 years old, I just took off with it. And it's funny because I see my son doing the same thing with me. My son can answer questions about years in sports that me, as somebody who's done it for my career, I don't know the answers to, because I will catch him in his room literally looking at baseball and basketball cards, looking at the back of the cards and just memorizing stats.
Right.
And I remember doing stuff like that as a kid, which is probably why I can name the 89 Giants more than I can name the 2024 Giants. But his influence on me was just understanding that sports was a wonderful release. And also, let's be honest, there's a part of it, Jason, where you grow up, and I think you're into sports in part because you love playing them and watching them after playing them. And you also dream about being an athlete. And then you hit a point, and it's a sad point in every guy's life or girl's life, where you realize, I'm not going to be a major league athlete. And then you become, I think, a little bit of a different fan. And I think that's what happened. And I don't know if it was this, how did you get it? What was the influence there for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for my dad, he liked sports. I would say I liked it more. And then kind of like you said, like there's that certain age where I'm either playing it or fully engrossed, like everything. Like,
yes.
Back when they had newspaper, reading the box scores, baseball cards, football cards, whatever.
Sacramento Bee every Sunday would have the baseball stats laid out for every single team.
Yeah, watching any and every game I could. My dad would have been more of, let's go to the game.
Right. Same.
Which I appreciate. Like
yes.
So, hey, we can go to a Laker game, a Dodger game down at UCLA. That's obviously where, and I feel like in my observation of people, you either assimilate and take on the team that your parents, mom, dad, whoever that person of influence is, or you do the opposite, which I find is interesting. That's not my case.
Sure.
But someone like, oh, my dad liked the Niners, so I like the Cowboys. Or whoa, wow. But that's how some of these things happen. And it's like, well, I just wanted that battle. And that's not my case, but you know people like that.
That'd be an interesting study. I really like to.
But haven't you seen that? Like,
I have.
Like, how did you become a Packers fan? Well, because my dad liked the Niners, and I rooted against them. And I'm like, interesting.
I don't know what the trigger question would be, but I'd love to take 100 people who, I guess the question would be, is your favorite team a rival of your dad's favorite team? Take those 100 people, and I'd love to explore if there's differences in relationship.
Yeah.
Because like some people I think grow up and they want to be like their dad.
Yes.
And then there's other people that are like, I'm going to be anything but my dad.
Yes. And I don't know if that's the thing. That would be a good study.
Because my team were just straight up. My team were my dad's teams.
Yeah.
My dad was a Celtics fan before we had the Kings. I was a Celtics fan.
Florida State. My mom and dad went to Florida. That above anything, I had no choice with that. Right.
I was a Florida State kid from birth. When we got the Kings fan, he was a Giants fan. He was a Niners fan.
Yeah,
that was, and it's funny, he grew up actually a Yankees fan because he's both my parents are New York based, but was out here long enough to kind of switch over. He has had to switch allegiances in his lifetime, whereas I never have. But growing up, like, the first time I ever sat lower deck at a Kings game was when I covered the team. When I would go to a game with, we went to one game a year before the Kings, and that was in Oakland when the Celtics would come to town, and we nosebleeded. And same thing when the Kings got here, nosebleeds. Same thing, Candlestick Park, doubleheader once a year, nosebleeds. And my dad's thing, and I've never asked him about this. I don't know if it was just he was being cheap, or if because my dad would always say, "Yeah, you can sit down. You actually see the game better up here," and I believed him. Like, you can see the game better from up high. But it was more about, like, I look back and I'm like, it was more about going to the game with my dad than it was the game itself.
Yeah,
taught me how to keep score at a baseball game,
right? And
then you have your own kids, and I've often struggled with that because, and we'll continue this in the next segment, but like, my kids are spoiled, man. I fully, and it's not, we try our best to not spoil them, but because of our jobs, like, my kids have never sat in the upper deck.
Right.
They've gotten to sit on the court before. Like, it's, and we're very cognizant to the fact of, like,
and that's going to be a harder adjustment, right? If you've been upper deck guy or gal,
yes,
and get a chance to go down, awesome. But if you become regularly, like you only know the first 10 rows.
That's right.
How do you sit up top?
We have had so many conversations, and thankfully my kids are pretty well balanced now, but we've had many conversations with them almost every time where it's like, guys, this is not normal. You're so lucky to be able to do this. I never got to do this. And my biggest nightmare would always be if my son or daughter was like staying at a friend's house and they were like, hey, the Andersons got tickets. And they went and, they're sitting up in section 221. I'm like, what we usually say. And it's like that would be horrifying to me as a parent if that ever happened.
Telling the dad, nice seats, Brad.
Right. And it's like, I would want to crawl into a hole. So we've always been very, very much like, appreciate this. Don't take it for granted. Enjoy the moment. And then using like personal experience. Like this is something your mother and I never got to do. You're so lucky to do this. But I would say this, like with my son, as we break here, shockingly, he's a Kings fan. He's a Giants fan. He's a Niners fan. He'll watch Florida State. I don't really think he doesn't have the same pull with Florida State that I do, but that's not his fault. We'll take a break. When we come back, would love to see and hear your favorite memories with your either father or father figure, mother figure, uncle figure, whatever you want to do. Were they involved in who you loved? Are you one of those people that likes a team? Love to hear from you. That's a rival of a parent. And if so, why? And some of your favorite memories, whether they involve Father's Day specifically or just looking back on that. We'll take a break and we'll get into more of that, including some pretty cool father-son stuff as well. We'll do all that right after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
It's the ride everybody wants to be driving, and Elk Grove Kia has them in stock right now. I'm talking about the 2024 Kia Telluride. And my friends at Elk Grove Kia can get you behind the wheel of a 2024 Telluride SX for only $419 a month, plus taxes and fees. Whenever I see one of these driving down the road or next to me at a red light, I just stop and admire it because the Kia Telluride just looks iconic. And not only is the Kia Telluride beautiful, it's got room for the whole family. There's a seating capacity for up to 7 passengers. Plus, it's loaded with tech. So is the 2024 Kia Telluride the right ride for you and your family? Come on down to Elk Grove Kia and the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Give it a test drive. And just a heads up, when you're here at Elk Grove Kia, you're going to be treated very well. You're not going to get this kind of car buying experience in Roseville, Vacaville, Sacramento, or Davis. That's why Elk Grove Kia has so many 5-star reviews. Again, check them out in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online, elkgrovekia.com. 24-month lease, $0 security deposit, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles per year, $4,999 due at signing based on approval of credit. VIN number 501850, ends June 30th, 2024.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. From the 209. I became a Packers fan because my older brother was a Bears fan. Dad wasn't in the house. Now, that's understandable.
Yeah, more of a rivalry with your brother.
Yeah, if it's a sibling rivalry.
You fight with your...
100%. And especially if it's like an older brother, older sister thing. Yeah. And you're like, oh, this ding-dong who beats me up all the time. Gives me noogies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like the Kings. Well, guess what? I know how I'm going to piss them off. Here's my new Lakers shirt. Right. That I get. From the 80, where is the 801? Dave, what age were you able to start taking your boy to games? My kid is 4. I don't know if you'd be able to stay in a seat for 3 hours.
Test it.
I think it was around 4 or 5. See, that's
a lot of money to test, though.
That's true. Okay, and
true.
That's the thing. So I was personally I've always been this way. It's a very controversial take. I get yelled at for, but like, we did very few things with our children outside of the immediate vicinity of our area until they were about 6, 7. Like we didn't take them on vacations. We didn't go. Our vacations were mom and dad take the kids. We're leaving, and it always fascinates me when people spend. And God bless you if you do, but they spend thousands of dollars for the whole family to go down to Disneyland, and it's mom and dad, and it's your 2-year-old and your 6-month-old. It's like,
yeah, they don't remember.
They don't remember. Number one, number two. You're in the middle of a line for the God knows what. Because you can only ride the dumb rides like A Bug's Life. You can't ride the good rides. And then, Frankie has to poop and Jeannie is crying. And it's just a whole crap fest, pun intended. And you just spent all this money. It's a photo op.
Happiest place on earth.
Happiest place, my ass. It's a photo op. Stay at home, save the money, get a green screen, and put the kids in front of the Magic Kingdom. Hey, hey, look, here's little Billy in front of the Magic Kingdom. We're in my living room, but hey, chroma key. I never got that. So with my kids, though, I think it was about 4. You see little babies there with like the headphones.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are they getting out of it?
I don't know.
They're getting
Simba Cam.
I do know that if they're under a certain age, they get in for free.
No, you're right. And I think it's like if they can sit on your, like if they're under 2. But again, it's like, what are they? You are attached to child for the whole game. So like big play happens. You can't stand up. Baby's going to fly into the third deck. What is the kid? I mean, I guess I could see maybe someone's like, well, I'm trying to normalize my child to large crowds and get them used to it. And get them used to it when they're fun. What are you doing that to yourself for? Leave the kid with the whoever, go online, find a babysitter. That's what everybody does, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Go to babysitter.org. Anyways, 1-800-912-1140. Good morning, Tim. Welcome in.
Hey, Dave, thank you for having me. Just wanted to share a couple of stories about a couple of sports events that I went with my dad. First was the Sacramento Kings game at LeBron James's very first game.
You're kidding. Wow. That's cool.
He took me after school. His company had a booth with C.C. Myers. He worked for Pacific Coast at the time. I remember LeBron threw down a dunk in pregame that the whole crowd went, ooh. And we remember going, okay, this guy's the real deal. And when he hit that first baseline jumper, you knew that this guy was taking off like a rocket.
How old were you?
But the second one
was
750. 14, 15.
Okay. Oh, that's a strong memory then. Okay, go ahead.
I probably sold the ticket for a Western Bacon Cheeseburger. But then we also had a chance to go to 756 where Barry Bonds eclipsed Hank Aaron's record. And we got to see that together too. So those were 2 cool memories that I had with my dad.
That's really
and
good.
Just like you said, you kind of follow your dad's sports teams. And that's kind of how it went.
You got to see LeBron James's debut and Barry Bonds passing Hank Aaron for the home run record with your dad.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
I guess
good for you.
I'll finish the call this way. A couple weeks ago, a game used ticket to see LeBron James at Arco Arena at a face-off against the Sacramento Kings sold on Golden Auctions for $36,000.
Jeez.
Which is that's like 3 Western Bacon cheeseburgers. Tim, good call. Thank you.
Good for him.
Wait, LeBron's first game was in Sacramento?
Yeah. You know who got tickets to that?
Who?
The Anderson.
Yeah, they always
get tickets.
They always get tickets. Good morning, Nick. Welcome in. You're on with Jason Ross, Carmichael Dave, and Christopher Laud.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. Our pleasure. Happy Father's Day, and you got memories, huh?
I do. Some of my earliest, we were season ticket holders back in the Arco days. And what was the name of that bar up on the second deck? I think it was Skyline Lounge.
Skyline Lounge.
I remember us there. I think I was listening to you, Jay Ross, doing post-game shows. My dad would take us there
That's
all
awesome.
the time after every game. Some of my best memories.
That was, yeah, Nick. That was, and if I remember right, didn't they for a while have a buffet up there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's the bar and buffet, and yeah.
I won tickets from Bel Air. And one of the things was you got to have tickets behind the basket and you got to go to the buffet before the game.
You're kidding.
It was terrible.
The buffet?
Food was awful.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Skyline Lounge was a special place.
It really was. It would be you and Steve Buzzer, whomever, up on stage, and you'd have different guests come up. And then it was young Scotty the Body Marsh, often with the portable microphone.
Oh, I mean, they were different. Bob Gerald used to do it first, and there was Tim Roy, Wheels, Coase, Buzz, and I.
Wasn't it usually Scott with the mic though? Out
yeah, at one point. I mean, I was the mic guy at one point
too.
Scott's been
and they go. I mean, imagine this. So it's the post game show. What? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm having a complete moment here. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that at Golden One Center?
Well,
why don't we have a post game show? I know we do.
Meaning the station or the Kings?
The station.
Oh, okay.
Why can't we do a Skyline Lounge? Like, why can't we do a post? I'm asking this on the air. Why can't we do a post game at the Sierra Nevada thingy or whatever?
Done, like the Kings radio post game. We've done that a couple of times.
What about like roving mic and questions and people stick around?
I don't know if it's a different age and time or if we didn't really push it or promote it. But when we went upstairs to the Sierra Nevada, what is it?
Sierra Nevada
House or whatever. It was one of those things like where we had a table, we had the microphones, the everything all set up, and everybody's up there. It's like a Friday night having a great time, and it's kind of like, what are they doing over there?
They're not even paying.
Not even remotely interested. But we also weren't broadcasting out to them. It wasn't really done the same way where it was, hey, come watch the show, have a beer, watch traffic go away.
Did they hear the broadcast?
I don't think
so.
But that also, I don't think they want, like...
they're quick to say, get out of this building.
And that's the other part, because I think part of it is like, hey, look, we also have other businesses in this area. Like we might be better off going to Sauced or the
Punch
Yard
Bowl
House
or
somewhere else where you're like, hey, this is where the show is all the time. We've got an instant audience because there's just going to be people here. Oh, and by the way, there's a post-game show going on over there, but I don't know that they do mic or no. I don't know.
I would be really interested whether it was inside Golden One after the game or like you said, at a punch, Sauced. If it was set up like, because that's how Skyline was. You go up to the Skyline Lounge right after the game at Old Arco, and you hit up the buffet.
Yeah. Part of that traffic was so bad getting out.
That is true. And so you'd wait for the traffic, but traffic's not exactly a breeze. I mean, it's better.
Yeah, it's way better.
But then you get your food or your couple of your drinks or whatever. You go to they had a little bar table, little round table.
So they serve drinks and food.
Yes,
at Skyline Lounge.
Wow,
absolutely.
I'm thinking like after the game because like it's a big thing of like, hey, alcohol sales stops.
Back then nobody cared.
No, it was encouraged.
Just drive drunk. Yeah. It was encouraged. It was
served it in your car.
Yeah, we gave you to-go glasses.
Yeah.
And if you go there and the whole thing was people went to watch and participate. I remember going in there and sneaking in there.
And it wasn't 4 people. There was the regulars, but there might be 50.
Absolutely.
70,
and a lot of them were
30.
You'd have your regular base.
That sat in the front.
You'd have the people like me that maybe went to 5 games a year. And I would always, before I was 21, I'd try to, I'd sneak in. Sometimes I got booted, but sneak in. And then, you raise your hand if you have a question. Hey, let's go to Dave and Dave out here. Dave, what's your, I just want to know, did the Kings do the thing? And then you guys answer.
I think Spiderweb's doing a pretty good job, guys.
Right, exactly. Rory Sparrow do the, whatever. Yeah. And I wonder if we live in an age.
Is it time to fire Saints?
Right.
He's got to go.
Could that work? I mean,
hey, kid, I'm getting interviewed up here.
Would that work today if you had not like go to this thing and, oh, by the way, there's the show.
Right.
It's here's your post-game show. Chill out, have a few drinks. Have a few non-alcoholic drinks and, of course, some food, whatever. And here's, Scott Marsh and Henry Highflyer and, and Nate Littlefield on the mic, roving mic. And it is interesting. It's like the whole satellite games thing back in the day when it was radio only. I wonder if it's a different time, if there's still an appetite.
I mean, the other part, there was a time where we did the pregame show on the concourse for the radio. Well, at the same time, though, the television show is going on. And if you have an option to be standing in the background going, hey, I'm on TV, people are doing that.
That is true. You can't really do that on the radio.
Yeah.
You can have your voice heard in the background, but, a lot of times they say.
Yeah. So having the TV there, people go by there,
Yeah.
post-game, make some noise to the TV crew, and then it thins out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
They empty that place.
We'll take a break when we come back. Game 4 tonight. Is this it? Is this the final night of? Is it a must win for the Dallas Mavericks? Is it a must win for the Boston Celtics? Oh, we'll get to that. Don't forget who's hot, who's not. Streaking, U.S. Open updates, celebrity birthdays, Friday fun and games. We got a great final hour and a half of the show for you, and we'll do it next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Got a car-loving dad? Nice. We've got a Father's Day sale. Right now, our Armor All Ultimate 8-piece bucket kit is just $25. That's soap, a wash mitt, wheel cleaner, tire shine, glass wipes, and interior wipes. Plus, a bucket to use for the wash. All for just $25 at the AutoZone Father's Day sale. Now through the 16th.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. There's an old adage that if America sneezes, the world economy gets a cold. It works the other way as well, as positive American economic growth benefits the world economy. The global economy is expected to grow 2.6% in 2024, according to the World Bank, thanks to higher than expected U.S. economic growth. U.S. economic growth is expected to be 2.5%, up nearly 1% from the World Bank expectations to start the year. Continued higher interest rates could put a chill on this hot growth, however, as delays and reductions in borrowing costs could cut as much as 0.3% from economic growth numbers. These conditions could be worse for developing economies who took out massive amounts of debt to combat the effects of COVID shutdowns and now may find it hard to refinance that debt at manageable rates. The hope is that the various World Bank leaders will chill out on their inflation battle and warm up to the idea of spurring economic activity, or at least not freezing it out. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Family. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Xfinity.
It's the Make This the Summer event, and it's going on now at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi everyone, Leonard Harrington here, and I want to tell you how we make your buying experience at Lodi CDJR as easy as possible. You can come in for a visit, or you can do everything online at LodiCDJR.com. Just pick out the make and model you want and scroll through our large in-stock inventory. Next, schedule a test drive at the click of a button. If you want to finance your vehicle, you can start your paperwork online too, saving you plenty of time before you get here. And if you're looking to sell your vehicle or looking to buy, we'll give you an instant cash offer online too. At Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we make it easier than ever to put you into a new vehicle. It's what we do. Online at LodiCDJR.com or in person. We're right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open until 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
We ride the bus. We ride the bus. We ride the bus. Okay. I was texting with Jay Johnson, our amazing afternoon producer, the other day. If you don't get the We Ride the Bus reference, there's a Kids Bop version of this song out there. Incredibly creative version of the song, of which at one point the guy says, certified alligator, certified crocodile. And I think that's just one of the greatest lines ever.
Sure.
When I first played that for my children, my daughter thought that was Jay.
Really?
100%. And I swear to God, if you go back and listen to it now, I can't get it out of my head. I love Jay's voice. Jay has very specific manner. Like he has, what would you call it? It's almost not a twang, but
I'd say like a
it's not an accent.
Like a drawl.
The drawl is that. Thank you, Chris. It's a drawl. It is a drawl. And Jay's a Bay Area guy, but I think he has Houston roots.
He played baseball there.
Yeah.
He played it. Yeah. Austin.
And it just honestly, one of my favorite people in the world. And I can't, I texted him like, have you heard the song? He goes, yeah. So my daughter thought it was you. I said, have you heard that? He goes, no, but I'm going to go back and listen now. I haven't heard back from him. But now if you go back and listen to it and if you think about it as Jay is doing that song, it makes.
My favorite Manchester City podcast uses Jay's voice as a drop.
Does it really?
Yes.
Wait. We have a segment that we have to do, but I need you to tell me, in what world did that happen?
So this was when it was Jason and Doug on the show, and we had one of the guys come on. What was that segment called?
5 at 5, top 5 at 5, or no, 5 on it.
Yeah, where we'd have like a guest on for just a few minutes, like 5 guests just on for a couple minutes. And one of them, I can't remember what was happening, but we had one of the hosts of the podcast come on, and Jay introduces him. He's like, Joey McCune, Noisy Neighbors podcast. So they use that drop all the time. Joey McCune.
So Jay's kind of internationally famous.
Yes. His voice is like well known.
If
you should get royalties.
I will say this, it's kind of funny. No offense to anybody else at the station, including you and me. But if you told me that there was one person at this station that would someday actually be internationally, I think I would actually take Jay Johnson.
Yeah.
I would 100%. Jay is connected to everybody.
Yeah.
And is I always think a severely, and that's not this isn't a shot at the station, but is a severely underused talent. I think one day he'll be like, yeah, he's working at the sports station for like 10 years. And anyways, enjoy Jay. And of course, Kevin, Whitey Gleason, Kyle Draper, and the whole afternoon crew. We will talk to Styles and Watkins coming up in here in about an hour. They'll be in for celebrity birthdays and Friday Fun and Games. And Jason, all year long, I stress about it. Starts around New Year's, and we're at the precipice. We are Wile E. Coyote, hanging on to the little piece of grass, hanging off the cliff. We are right there. We are on the precipice of the dead zone. We may be looking tonight, Jason, at the what I believe is officially the close of the sports year.
With the end of the NBA?
With the end of the NBA, it is the close of the sports year. Then you have like sports summertime, baseball, Olympics, free agency, draft.
Free agency's really big.
I don't disagree with you. It's not, when I say dead zone, I mean like
basketball's done a really good job of staying forefront for about 10 to 11 months.
And you and I both wish they'd do a really good job of having opening day on Christmas.
Yes.
And then we wouldn't have this issue.
Right.
And there's no doubt about it. There's some selfishness to it because we got to fill 4 hours every day. And that's just my phobia, is staring at this sheet every morning and going, okay, well, what is your Mount Rushmore of coffees? or whatever, which and we always get through it. And at the end of every summer, we always have a conversation, and it's always like, what? You know what? Those are some good. We had some fun there, and we had this great. Remember that great show we had when we got on this random topic, and it really hit with it. Some of our best shows, I will admit, tend to happen in the dead zone, just because we stretch our legs a little bit. And this show is also built a little differently, where we'll, because of my dumb brain, go off on silly tangents. But here we are. We're closing in on it, and then you've got the rest of June. You'll have all of July, and then I'd say about 2 weeks into August, it starts kind of picking up a little bit.
I think I found lately more so than I thought. August is I think one of the tougher months.
Yeah,
because we've gone through some pretty intense things with free agency and maybe summer league and just some other things. And you feel like you're there for football, but you're not quite. Like preseason starts, you're like, we're here. Yeah, preseason's not the same.
Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, you need the games to really count and go. But we're
I would say probably the Monday of baseball All-Star week until the middle, let's say somewhere around August 15th, August 20th. That's really your dead zone.
Unless you get some late free agency or some trades. But because a lot of the free agency, that's right away, right at July 1st.
Right. And so you do have something there. Trying to look when the preseason week 1 is. Let's see. The Hall of Fame game, Jason, is Thursday, August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Texans and Bears. Okay, so that means we're getting camps opening. I'm sorry. I'm thinking camps open in August. No, camps open. Third week, fourth week of July, somewhere in there. First preseason game, August 8th. Why does that seem early to me? It's not early, right? August 8th is your first full preseason week? Why does it seem like it's about a week?
Especially because there's only 3, right? And then they don't start till after Labor Day, I don't think, the NFL.
Yeah, Saturday, August 10th, Jason, Niners, Titans.
Whoa.
Preseason. Are the Raiders, Vikings. Also that Saturday, August 10th. You got a Thursday, a Friday preseason. Then you got preseason week 2, preseason week 3, and then week 1 starting September 4th. You'll have the Olympics in there as well. But here we are. This may be the last of basketball. And then we get to the TDOS, the dreaded offseason, and we're off to the races. Does this end tonight?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I'm actually anxious to see. Luka's been getting dumped on here for a day and a half and kind of see what his response will be. But it may not matter. I mean, look, Dallas has done things that I would say have been good enough to get them close to winning. They just haven't been able to win. I still don't even know if Boston's played their absolutely best game. So I think that's still potentially out there. And Boston knows you just don't want to mess with things. They already have one guy injured in Porzingis. You just never know. You don't want to prolong things if you don't have to. End it if you can tonight. They've been the better team. They've been the best team all year, and they seem to have had all the answers. So I'm expecting a valiant effort by Dallas, but if I'm picking, I think Boston ends it.
It wouldn't shock me if Dallas won. I agree. I agree with you, to be fair. And in fact, I wonder if Boston look, Boston comes out and, if I'm Boston, try to 30-14 in the first quarter and just off to the races. Yeah. I think Dallas will fold. But Boston's also seen Dallas in 3 of the 4 games, I think, really come out and take it to them at first, and then it's just like, okay, all right, that was cute. Now we're gonna focus in. But if you're Dallas, you've just gotta, again, they didn't have Porzingis last time. Right. You've got it, and they didn't have Porzingis. Kyrie Irving had a wonderful game. Luka had a bad defensive game, but still, numbers-wise, was fine, despite fouling out. I mean, obviously, Luka has to not foul out or get in foul trouble, but I don't think that's good. I can't.
I mean, technically, he wasn't even in foul trouble. He had 2 fouls going into the fourth.
Yeah, the four fouls in the fourth. And, the one thing, I've heard a lot of ripping on Luka. The one thing I haven't heard, maybe it's just because I haven't read everything, that, and maybe it's because the score of the game was so close, but I haven't heard one person actually wonder out loud, did Luka tap out of that game? Like 4 fouls in the fourth You fouled out of what, 2 games in your life and none in the playoffs, and you get 4 fouls on the foot. Did you just tap out? Did Luka Doncic rage quit game 3? And I don't think, I mean, if it was a 20-point Boston lead,
right. They were coming back.
They were coming back. And now we sit here, Jason, if Boston wins, then they will have put together, as you said, an 80-win year, 64-18, 16-2 in the playoffs, I think.
If they win tonight, yeah.
In a vacuum, it's one of the better years a team has had.
Yeah, and I know Sam brought it up yesterday. It's like, I don't think it's been considered one of the best teams out there, but I think it would have to get some sort of mention. If they're already being considered, they are statistically the best offense the league has ever had, and that's changing every year, like the Kings were last year. Mm-hmm. So Boston had that. They are a top 5 defense. The wins, home, road, playoff, road win. I mean, a lot of significant things that if you just go in other generations that a lot of other teams didn't do.
No. And whether you win in 7 games and you're a 50-win team or you're an 80-win team and you sweep it, the championship still, the Larry O'Brien looks the same.
Yeah.
But then the best part about this, if you're a Kings fan, is Boston now takes the lead over the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Most championships.
Which kills the Lakers.
Oh, it absolutely kills the Lakers. And their incessant drive to relevancy, much less winning the title. My suggestion to Jeannie Buss is if you want to drive back to the championship, grab yourself a Hoblet vehicle, Jeannie. Grab yourself. Don't skimp either. You can be cheap when it comes to Hoblet, like you were with Dan Hurley. Because if you need a car under 20 grand, guess what? Hoblet has it. Absolutely. Also, tons of savings. You can save up to $13,500 off MSRP on the remaining new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challengers. Last of the American muscle, 75 of them on sale to celebrate 75 years in business. That's crazy when you think about 75 Dodge Chargers and Challengers all lined up in a row. Just to give you an idea of the massive scale of Hoblet, knowing that you're going to get the color you want, the interior you want, the extras that you want. Save almost $20,000 on the new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Hemi 4x4s, starting at $36,995. Over 400 Rams all in a row. 75 Chargers and Challengers all in a row. What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on up there? See Hoblet's true pricing at hobletdodge.com. Take advantage of federal and state rebates with a new plug-in hybrid. Remember, the price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees, add-ons, or surprises. And that's just part of the reason why they're the #1 Ram truck dealer in California. #7 in the U.S. of A. Get up there. Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and you tell them you're good buddy. Carmichael Dave Sanchez. 2-minute break here. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? Let's go streaking right after this.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand clutch. Makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
John Party.
That's why they call me Mr. Saturday.
Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet.
I got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown.
John Party.
Last time lonely.
On sale Friday, June 14th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
Hey, Sacramento, get ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar. It's an unbeatable lineup of shows you won't want to miss. First up at Thunder Valley on June 22nd, don't miss NSYNC and Backstreet Stars Joey Fatone and AJ McLean as they bring back the hits. On June 28th, it's country sensation Lee Brice lighting up the stage. All at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. And check out your Live Nation lineup on August 4th. Don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And then on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And coming up September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Visit livenation.com for all your ticket information. And stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Save on rows and rows of new Hondas during our giant summer sale at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Well, who is hot? Let me ask you this. Jason just pointed this out. I can tell you what's hot. The U.S. Open greens.
Yeah, the fifth hole.
Jason, walk them through what you just walked me through because the monitor's behind.
Yeah. So the fifth hole has three of the best golfers in the world: Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, and Scotty Scheffler, all on the same hole. And where the pin placement is, I would say it's at the top, maybe the left side of the green, and everybody hit the green in the same type of shot and close to the pin, and then David just rolled left and then rolled off the green down a hill into not a traditional sand trap, but sand with some grass in it. And then, so all three are within, I would say, 5 feet of each other, all in the sand. First shot by Scotty Scheffler chips up on top of the same green he was just on, and it rolls back down right to his feet. Then Xander Schauffele gets a chance to go. He does the exact same shot as Scheffler on top of the green, rolls right back down to his feet. He's now the farthest out. He hits again, and actually it's a pretty good shot, pretty close to the flag. Then Scheffler goes again and goes all the way over the green. And then Rory hasn't even hit yet. He's watched everyone else, and his lie is the best. He decides to putt, and he putts past the green, past the hole, past the green, all the way over the green onto the downhill slope on the other side.
Putts for a safety.
Yeah, to be safe. He's like, I've seen these other guys struggle. Let me putt, just get it up there, and he putted too far. Oh, my goodness. And then what did Scheffler? Did he double?
So Scotty Scheffler just missed about a 15-footer by an inch, just let out a laugh. One of those laughs like you're pulling your own guts out laugh, maniacal laugh. And he just tapped in for a double bogey 7. He is now at +5. Current cut line right now is +3. I think I said it earlier. That's moving up. That's going to be +4 by the end of the day. But as of right now, Scheffler, the world number 1, nobody would have guessed this, who is on the heater of all heaters. He is on the verge. In fact, right now, he's outside the cut line technically by 2 strokes. Now you have Xander Schauffele, who's in 6th place. They're on the 14th hole, by the way. He is now
2 back.
He's 2 back of the lead. He's now, what does it say there? Is he putting
for bogey?
This is for
in about a 10, 12 footer.
10, 12 footer for bogey, and just pulls it slightly left.
So he doubles.
He'll tap in for a double bogey 7. And then I believe Rory's.
I haven't even seen him. Is he shot from off? He had to have somewhere from off the green. I didn't
see it.
But I think he might still be putting for, that's probably for par now or for bogey.
Well, who, McIlroy?
Yeah.
I actually, why do I want to say that? I think this is for par.
You might be right.
I think this is for par.
So this could be a heck of a save when you technically would 1 putt, even though you were off the green twice.
Yeah.
If he can make it.
Wait, was that, hold on a second, or is this for birdie? Was that, I think that was McIlroy's 3rd. I could be wrong. I want to say that was McIlroy's 3rd. And now he
was 3rd, put him off he was down there in 2, putted off the green in 3. This should be for par.
But it's a par 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for par.
Oh, I got you.
His 3rd shot was down by the sand trap.
Right. I'm sorry. That's right. He got back up. And Rory,
he saved it.
What a save. Rory McIlroy, 4 under. Patrick Cantlay doesn't even tee off
That's big, though.
For another hour plus. That is huge. Rory 4 under on the day.
This strategy worked.
Bryson DeChambeau also. Now we've got a 4-way logjam between DeChambeau, Oberg, and Detry at 4 under. And who are we looking at? Here's Bryson DeChambeau's 3rd. I just love doing golf play-by-play. Screw it. As he's trying to get up and down here, and he's got himself a nice 10-footer. Little leg shaker there for par to stay at 4 under. And that update unofficially brought to you by Nature Wood.
Unofficially.
We're just doing, Chris, just run tape.
Yeah.
And just pop them in there. We got your back. So who's hot?
Oh, yeah. Jackson Merrill.
Yeah, he is.
Yesterday, he was 2 of 4 in the Padres' 5-4 win over the A's. He had a home run in the 5th and a walk-off home run in the 9th. At 21 years old, Merrill is the youngest MLB player to have a walk-off home run in a multi-run home run game.
Wow. Jackson Merrill. That's my guy. Jackson Merrill. By the way, DeChambeau nails the 10-footer to save par. He is still at 4 under. Just one back of Patrick Cantlay, who again tees off at 10-25. Who's not?
Luka Doncic.
Oh, boy.
In these playoffs, Luka has the 3rd highest blow-by percentage allowed on drives in a single playoff series over the last 10 years. That was 59% against the Thunder this year. He also has the 2nd highest blow-by percentage allowed on drives in a single playoff series over the last 10 years, with 65.2% driving by him in a series against the Clippers this year. And Luka has the highest blow-by percentage allowed on drives in a single playoff series over the last 10 years, with 67.7% driving by him in the series against the Celtics this year.
Yeah.
You got sausage arms and cankles.
Old Chalupa Doncic. Let's all right. Here we go. The drama of streaking is now officially underway.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking!
I think that you heard a little extended laugh.
Yeah.
In the background there at one point. That's we both turned around. Simone's in the
building.
Control room. I'm trying to think right now. Wearing a King's bowling shirt from the Kingpin Classic. I got one of them.
Me too.
Trying to think, has Simone ever streaked with it? I know there's different rules.
Yeah,
girl and all
I
that.
think so.
I feel like she. Have you stroked? No, she says no.
No,
she's never
I
streaked.
think she's had a pickup player
I
before.
think Kyle has. Yeah. Nate has. One of these days we'll have to get Simone involved.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Chris is involved. I am involved. And Jason, the old show record was 12, 11?
11.
11. I held that.
Yeah.
You have Luka Doncic that. I'm Luka. And you blew by me.
Okay.
You're at 16 and counting.
Chris is at 8. Let's not
Chris
sleep
is
on
on
that.
the verge of breaking the old record.
Yeah.
That was new a week ago. And I'm at 0.
Yeah. So let's start with you, Dave.
Yeah, let's start with me.
You went with, you said, I'm going to take that guy. I kind of like him from the Orioles, Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman.
So with a streak of 0, Adley Rutschman got up 3 times. And Adley Rutschman, much to your prediction, did not get a hit.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course he
Dave
did.
stays at 0.
I think I really do need to actually start.
I'll do a stat update
Could
soon.
you?
Yeah.
I honestly think it's something like I've gotten 2 hits in my last 15 at bats or something ridiculous.
Slump buster.
Slump buster. Not Adley Rutschman.
Chris was at 8, trying to get to 9. He took Juan Soto of the New York Yankees.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
Just one.
Juan had 4 plate appearances, and Juan had 2 hits.
Of course he did.
Chris is at 9.
That's how that works.
Yeah,
you
Chris.
pick a person and they get you hits.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
at 16, trying for 17.
It's the moment everyone's waiting for.
I took Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
Let me let everybody know that the Mets only got 3 hits yesterday. Francisco Lindor, in his first plate appearance, walked. No, excuse me, got hit by a pitch.
Oh, boy, that doesn't count, though.
Second plate appearance, Francisco Lindor lined out to left.
Oh, but it's a line out. He's seeing the ball well.
Third plate appearance, Francisco Lindor lined out to first.
Were you watching, by the way?
I was not. I was trying to.
All right.
His last plate appearance.
Okay.
Can I do it again?
If he does this again.
This would be like the 6th time in the streak you've done it in your last plate appearance.
On a 3-2 pitch, Francisco Lindor.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Walked.
No!
Streak is over.
No! On Father's Day weekend. Oh, my God. Just unbelievable.
I'd like to.
No, that's not.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Not necessary.
And all the people that
Wow.
voted for me.
Just
Hey, Dave, you have as many hits as Jason does.
At this time, Chris is starting to feel the pressure, though. He's at 9. So Chris may break that. This may be like the shortest lived record.
He's at 9.
More than
he's
halfway there.
He's got a whole week of shows plus.
Yeah. Did Lindor get a hit? Yes, he did. No,
he didn't. Well, Jason,
it was a good run.
It was a great run.
Yeah.
You didn't just barely break the record. You smashed it.
Set the bar.
I know we got a break here. But, wow. Jeez, Chris. I will give you the floor though and take it. Any words on the streak? Anything you'd like to say? Anyone you'd like to thank?
Not Francisco Lindor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris and I, we both got together to show you our appreciation, and we got your little token of appreciation for it. I have here this Bobby Jackson bobblehead.
Yes.
That is now yours.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank
Jason
you.
Ross.
Again, I'd like to thank everybody, all those that supported me in this quest, all those that got hits, and not you, Francisco Lindor.
We'll take a break.
We'll make our picks later.
Chris doesn't like fun. When we come back, we'll make our picks. And Trevor Lawrence, he's rich. We'll do that after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand.
That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirks Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Bonnie. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Xfinity.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
This is Christopher Laud with your update of the U.S. Open from Pinehurst number 2. Patrick Cantlay is currently the leader at 5 under par. He will tee off today at 125. In second place, Rory McIlroy. He's at 4 under for the tournament, 1 over for the day. And Bryson DeChambeau. He is 1 under today and 4 under for the tournament. Also tied at second is Thomas Dietrich. He's 3 under today, 4 under for the tournament. And Ludwig Aberg, he will be teeing off at 136. This update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
On that note, welcome back. Final hour of the week. Scotty Scheffler recovers from his double bogey 7 on the 5th hole. Again, he started on the back 9, so he's finishing up his round. And he manages to par the par 3, and Rory's got about a 6-footer. I believe this is for his par as well. Yeah, it is for his par. He rolled off the green. The U.S. Open starting to heat up. It's heating up. Tiger still, I believe Tiger hasn't teed off yet, right?
No.
We would have seen him.
Because he was early yesterday, so he's late today.
Yeah, good for LT Gray. And he is sitting just 1 above the cut line, projected cut line at 3. I'm going to go ahead and say, Jason, he is really at the cut line. It's going to move to 4. Tiger Woods at +4. He will tee off in just about an hour. So, make sure you stay tuned. By the way, if you're looking for coverage, we had to search for it. Yesterday, the daytime was, because this is exactly what you want to do. When you're broadcasting something, you want people to have to hunt for it. So yesterday, it was on the USA Network, which really is kind of like now become True TV.
Yeah.
You only know it exists when they throw some event on there.
But it was on.
It was on. I mean, whether it's the U.S. Open and then USA, we'll watch USA Network here for the Olympics. They'll get all their channels together. And then now it's on Peacock. Which I can say that on the air, right?
Yes.
It's on Peacock. So, go watch it there. All right, pick somebody that's not going to get a hit. Let me see. Who will that be, Jason Ross? You know what? I'm just going to. I picked Aaron Judge last, and remember he got me a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just stay on that track. I'm going to pick Luis Arias. I was going to do that yesterday. I don't think they played. Give me Luis Arias, who I don't think is. I think every time he's ever not gotten a hit has been when I've.
Yeah, because he gets a hit every day.
I think 1,000% of the time he gets a hit unless I pick him.
Right.
So Luis Arias.
Okay. Now that I'm at 0, I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez of the Guardians.
Yeah, you are.
Chris with the pressure on him at 9.
Do you even care? Like at this point, is it going to be hard for you to care
It
again?
is. I got to get up to like.
I thought you were talking to me.
I got to get it to like 6 and then get interested.
And then you got Chris.
Yeah.
Like Chris, are you there yet at 8?
He's 9.
9. Where you're still 7 away, but you can see it in the distance, and you now know that Jason's streak is over. You now have a stationary target to hit. Are you starting to get the butterflies yet, or how close do you need to get if not?
I think I'd have to get past it to get nervous about it.
Oh, past it.
So
Okay.
you wouldn't be nervous at 15?
No.
What a weirdo. All right, well, who are you picking there, Iron Heart?
Jeremy Pena.
Oh, I knew he was going to pick Jeremy Pena.
I did too. I already wrote it down.
I knew it. Well, more like Jeremy got Pena is Trevor Lawrence. Got him. New deal, 2 years, $275 million.
years.
What I meant when I said 2 years
Plus
was
3.
2 years plus 3.
Yeah.
Dog years.
Cash grab. That's a lot of money. He is now the highest paid quarterback along with Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this at length earlier. This is one of those, is Trevor Lawrence the best quarterback in the NFL? Nope. Is he top 5? I don't think so. I think he'd struggle if he's top 10.
I was going to say, is he top 10 even?
Well, Jason, let's go to the interwebs in front of us. And honestly, I'm going to throw a name out. You say, and the question is Trevor Lawrence better than this person right now? If the answer is no, I'll start counting on my finger. If it's yes, no counting. Josh Allen.
No.
Actually, this is a really tough one. Tua Tagovailoa.
I would take Trevor Lawrence.
Oh God.
I probably should be a bigger fan of Tua than I am, but I would take Trevor Lawrence. But they're in the same neighborhood. That's close either way.
I'm gonna.
And if you said Tua, I'm not saying that's
No.
wrong. I don't think that's a preference here.
I'm gonna side with you, and my reasoning is gonna be if Trevor Lawrence was able to migrate down a few miles and have that receiving core, I think, and you switch them. All right, we'll go. Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Okay. Whoever the hell is quarterback of the Patriots, I don't care. Lamar Jackson.
No.
Deshaun Watson.
I would say no, but that's a debatable one.
That is a debatable one. You know what? For
That's a tough
purpose of counting, I'm going to overrule you on that.
Okay, so leave it at
3. Joe Burrow.
No.
CJ Stroud.
Another tough one. Well, he's only had 1 year. 1 year was really good, so I'm going to say no.
We're at 5. Richardson, Colts. Anthony Richardson.
He's better than him.
Lawrence is better than him. Yeah, I agree. Right now. Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
Oh, here's a tough one. Gardner Minshew.
No, I would take Lawrence.
Who the hell's quarterbacking the Broncos now? It's not Russell Wilson.
Oh,
but no, right? Or he's better.
Yeah,
than him.
they drafted there.
Justin Herbert.
He's an interesting one too because I think there's a lot of attention for. I would probably take Herbert,
Yeah,
but
I think so. But you're right.
He needs to start winning some big games. But I would take Herbert.
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
Yeah. Giants, Commanders. No. Well, Kirk Cousins.
I'd take Cousins.
Okay, so we're at 10.
Right.
Jared Goff.
I'd take Goff.
I think I would too.
Yeah. He's grown on me a little bit here the last couple of years.
Let me just skip ahead to the West here. Well, I mean, Jordan Love.
No, I'd still take Lawrence.
Brock Purdy.
He's always going to be a hard one to compare because I think if Trevor Lawrence is on the Niners, he does great. I think if Brock Purdy's on the Jags, he does fine. So talent-wise, I would take Lawrence, but Purdy's great.
As we wrap up here on this, Burrow, Lawrence, Goff, Herbert, Jackson, Hurts are all getting over 50 a year. Mahomes is going to be right there. So we'll Allen. Yeah. What does this do? Or I guess are the Niners lucky that they've still got a couple of years before?
No, they're lucky. But at some point, I mean, if Brock keeps winning at this rate and playing well, I mean, he's going to get paid a ton.
It's going to be an incredibly interesting negotiation with Brock Purdy. Because now all of a sudden the 49ers, when they do get in that negotiation, especially with the cap issues they're going to have, you got to wonder if they're going to take a lot of what that media rant is that we hate and say, hey, Brock, look, we love you and we want to pay you. But let's really be honest here. Are you doing this with the Saints? Are you doing this with the Jaguars? We can go out and sign someone else to kind of look at what you have around you. We need a discount for that. Hey, you know what's funny? I got a weird feeling Brock Purdy is going to sign for what some will say is below market value. Some will say it's fair, but I have a feeling some will say, well, when you look at the numbers, he should get more. I think Brock's an idiot. But who knows? Like, he wins a Super Bowl this year.
This is where you get agents like just that you like, look, hey, these are your numbers. You got to keep the market value going.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a responsibility to the other quarterbacks.
Yeah, to the position, to the game.
We'll get you a U.S. Open update, clean some stuff up coming up in the next segment. Also, what to watch in celebrity birthdays, along with Friday Fun and Games. Don't go away. We're right back on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. I hear things just got better for Chrysler's Make This the Summer sales events.
They sure did, and I didn't believe it myself. But now you can save thousands more on your next new Ram truck, like up to $19,500 off MSRP on select new 2024 kind of savings. And we're not just talking about one or two trucks. We have tons of trucks with the best savings we've had so far this year. Plus, we have over 400 new Rams available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties.
I must have heard you wrong. Did you just say you could save nearly $20,000 on new Ram trucks?
I had to double and triple check myself, but yes. Save up to $19,500 off MSRP on select new 2024 Ram trucks, only at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Well, you heard the man. Best savings of the year with nearly $20,000 off select new Ram trucks. If you need a new Ram truck, Hoblet has it. $19,500 total net savings after $11,500 factory rebates and $8,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capita bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capita Qualify and 2 $2,500 Ram coupons. Only available while supplies last. At least 5 at this net savings.
Make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, coming back real quick, we have a fun piece of Sacramento Kings, Sacramento Kings breaking news.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Well, Sacramento Kings have just put this news out, and Domantas Sabonis, you might have trouble recognizing him next year if you're looking at the back of his jersey, because he is switching numbers. Domantas Sabonis will wear the number 11 to honor his father, Arvydas Sabonis. Now, what's really cool about this, too, is, well, number 11's been retired. It belonged to Bob Davies. But the family of the Hall of Famer has given their blessing for Sabonis to wear his number 11 as part of him honoring his own father. According to Monty McNair, quote, Bob Davies is a franchise legend. We deeply appreciate his family for their partnership. This is an exciting next chapter for Domas and his family. We look forward to seeing number 11 out on the court this season. Davies was known as the Harrisburg Houdini. That's a great nickname. Played all 10 of his NBA seasons with the Rochester Royals, 4-time All-Star. So that's cool. Switching it up from 10 to 11.
More jerseys to buy.
Throwing out that number 10 I have.
It's right there behind
that
you.
Number 10, collector's item now.
Throwback.
Throwback is right. Don't write on it.
You want to make 11? No?
Because then we'll know.
Yeah, it's basically worthless.
Oh, wow.
At this point.
Oh, it already has a crease in it. Yeah, it's not mint condition.
No, this is not mint condition at all. So just in case you're wondering, for those of you on YouTube, last year, Domantas Sabonis was wearing 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to not use 10 next season. All right. You're going to take the 0 right here. You're going to take it off the board. Okay. You're going to put a 1 next to the 1 right there. You're going to have 11.
You're going to turn it up to 11?
You're turning it all the way up to 11. And now Domantas Sabonis next year is going to have an 11. So you're going to need to get your jerseys updated. Either go buy a new one or, as we said, the Sharpie method, maybe some masking tape. So be advised. Live and local, baby. You're home of the Kings.
Why are you reporting like Steve Kornacki right now?
I know. Will he be a better number 10 or a better number 11?
Well, Jason, it's good. It's good that you asked because in the history of the Sacramento Kings franchise, going back to the Royals, as you know, Bob Davies, he was number 11.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's a 4-time All-Star Hall of Famer. As great as Sabonis has been, if you take the 10, again, 0's off the board. Throw in the 1, make it an 11 because the Davies family gave their permission to do so. I predict a 12% upgrade for Domantas Sabonis' play next year, just based solely on the number change by itself.
So from going from number 10 to number 11, there'll be a 12% upgrade.
That's exactly right, Jason. Okay. That's what we call numerical alliteration.
Yes.
Back to you.
Okay. Anybody else changing numbers?
And here's last thing I'll say. If you, Jason, if you're taking the 0 away and making it a 1, and now that's an 11, well, you got to do something with the 0, correct?
Yeah, the 0's missing.
Read between the lines here. The 0 is now missing. It needs to find a home somewhere. You got to keep the 0 involved, okay?
Do you have a home for it?
Jason Ross.
Oh, I present.
I turn it around, and I present to you number 0, Malik Monk. Does this mean that Malik Monk is re-signing with the Sacramento Kings? I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm also not saying it does, but it's too much to ignore. If you're a critical thinker, if you're somebody that thinks for yourself, don't trust the fake news media. If you're somebody that thinks for themselves, use your own resources. One more time. Domantas Sabonis was number 10. The 0 is off the board. It's off the board. A 1's going in there. How many Sacramento Kings, if you had to count on one hand, are prize free agents this year, Jason? How many? What's the number?
1.
Well, that's already got a home now. It's number 11, Domantas Sabonis, just like his dad.
Where'd the 0 go?
Where did the 0 go? We need to find a home for the 0. Where do you find a 0? For a king. Well,
what does king mean?
What does king mean in Arabic? Let me consult my own research. Oh, my God. Malik is king in Arabic, and he wears number 0. 0, which is the amount of years the Sacramento Kings have him signed right now. But we intend to change that, Jason Ross.
To at least 1.
To at least 1. Maybe 2 with an opt-out. Preferably 4 for 78. I don't know. Malik Monk, 0. Domantas Sabonis was 1-0. Now he's 1-1.
That's how it's done.
I think we figured it out. That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Do you have a Sabonis 10 jersey?
I do.
Okay. Time to get a new one.
Yeah. Time. Guess what? Going up the mountain this weekend and going to be a good fire starter. Done with it. You know what?
This seems like a cash grab.
You've never burned a jersey.
I have certainly not. don't understand that. Why do people burn?
That's going to be like the worst fan, right?
It really. Well, no. Worst fan is split jersey fan.
No.
Come on.
They're more positive.
What?
They're more positive.
No, but I'm talking about like split jersey, split hat with another team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're liking two things as opposed to, I don't like this person or this team enough now. I'm burning the jersey.
But you know what? I will say, at least the person burning the jersey, they've made a decision.
I guess so.
They're clear on what they want or don't want. Split hat guy. I've said this before. The only time split hat, split jersey is acceptable is if your children are playing for separate teams.
The Kelseys in the Super Bowl.
That's absolutely Mama Kelsey rolling around in the Cheagles and the Eefs.
Wait, what about Tom Brady? Not Tom Brady. Brady Quinn's sister, her boyfriend, then husband, AJ
Medicine
Hawk.
Woman, yes. Dr. Quinn.
He did the split jersey.
Wait, so you're saying Brady Quinn's sister had a
split Notre Dame, split Ohio State.
You gotta stick with the blood.
Notre State,
Notre.
Ohio
was it?
Dame,
Ohio Dame. The Fighting Buckeyes. U.S. Open update. What's going on in round 2? Well, Patrick Cantlay, which is unfortunate for him. He is tied for the lead at 5 under with Thomas Detry. Is that Germany's Thomas Detry? I think it is.
Tomas?
Maybe it is Tomas Detry.
Cantlay shouldn't play. He should just stay out of this. He's like, look, everybody's falling apart. I'm leading and not playing.
I give. That's what he should say. I'm just going to sit in the restaurant and have some fries. Scotty Scheffler just saved another par, but he is still at 5 over. He needs circles, not squares on that scorecard. Through 15, Rory McIlroy 1 over on the day. He is 4 under. By the way, Detry 4 under on the day overall.
He's figured it out.
Ludwig Oberg. He tees off at 10:36. He is at 4 under. Bryson DeChambeau at 3 under. And there's some others in there. Sergio Garcia, 10:14 tee on. He had a 69. Nice yesterday. He's 1 under. And your guy, Jason, Tiger Woods.
My guy.
He is at 4 over. He tees off at 10:14, as does Dustin Johnson being +4. He is at 10:36. So still a lot to go. I do not think that Chris Nagel at 14 over. I think he's probably out.
Is it over?
I think it is over for him. And let's see. Lefty tees off at 10:36. He's got some ground to make up. He is 9 over, shot a 9 over 79 yesterday. Justin Thomas 7 over. He tees off at 10:25. Right now, the cut line is at +3. The KHTK projection booth desk has officially projected the cut at 4 over par
from the booth.
Yeah, that's at Pinehurst number 2. Pinehurst number 1.
Just light work.
Number 1 and number 3 are jealous.
Yeah.
Why is always
complex.
Pinehurst number 2?
Right.
Shouldn't Pinehurst number 2 be moved to Pinehurst number 1 if they're hosting U.S. Open?
You would think.
You would think so. When we come back, what to watch, celebrity birthdays, and so much more before we get to Friday edition of Friday Fun and Games. And what is today's Friday Fun and Game, Jason?
It's a callback from a game we might have played recently.
Is that so?
With a tip of the cap to fathers.
Interesting. Okay, well, what is it? I don't even know. You're going to have to stick around and find out. Coming up right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
So toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BC. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com. At
the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Save on rows and rows of new Hondas during our giant summer sale at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Hey, sports fans. It's JaVale McGee here. Are you ready for the event of the summer? It's the Jug Life Charity Softball Game hosted at Sutter Health Park on Saturday, June 15th. Join me and all my celebrity friends for the #1 event of the summer as our incredible community comes together for a cause that counts. The Jug Life Charity Softball Game isn't just about softball. It's about giving back. All proceeds go to the water education programs and providing clean water to communities in need. Thanks to your support, our team with Jug Life is making a real difference, bringing hope and health to those who need it the most. Bring your family and friends for a day you won't forget. Cheer on your favorite stars as they hit it out the park for a great cause. Come celebrate Father's Day weekend at the Jug Life Charity Softball Game that's happening on Saturday, June 15th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at juglifewater.com. That's juglifewater.com. Join us, have fun, and make a difference. Jug Life. Drink water, give water, save water.
The United States Open Golf Championship brings together the best golfers on the earth for the coveted trophy. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. It seems to me that the U.S. Open and Naturewood Home Furnishings have much in common, as Naturewood brings together the highest quality brands and furniture made right here in the United States. And in this case, the winner is you. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more made in the USA selections, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you U.S. Open updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
To get your sports fix. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
What's your weekend like, Jason? You got any, what's your Father's Day docket look like?
I am, you said this a couple days ago, it is graduation time. Oh, we'll be attending a graduation.
What are you doing for you? I mean, not that you won't have fun with that, of course. Oh, I just remembered which graduation it was. That is a special thing. That is not the normal graduation.
Oh, I told you that?
Yeah, I think you did. Okay. You're going up to, yeah.
Grads and dads.
That's right.
That's right.
It's grads and dads.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good weekend. It's funny. I shouldn't say it's funny. It is
hilarious.
It is a comment on your humanity that you legitimately can take so much self-gratification and the gratifications of others. Like me, I'd be like,
Jason's not known for his solo gratification.
that's
Not known for it.
Game 4 NBA Finals.
How about you?
Got the charity golf today.
Yeah.
And then heading up the hill. And
by yourself?
Nope. The whole
family's coming.
My family's coming up tonight.
Except for your
and
wife.
The other no, she's actually coming up too.
No, I mean she's not going to celebrate.
No, God no. She's going to be up there just
maybe you win all the games of spades. I don't know. What's your win percentage? Is your wife? Are you and your wife partners?
No, never.
Oh, it's the boys against the girls.
Boys against girls. No way. God.
Who Chris and I gave you the dominoes
I'd
percentage.
Say 60-40 guys.
Would they say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They've been doing pretty well. My wife and I could never be on the same. No.
Okay.
She is already the bane of my existence, but us being teammates.
Set the screens.
That's exactly right. Game 4 NBA Finals, Celtics Mavs.
Yay!
Who you got?
Boston.
$200,000 suitcase question. Who you got?
I say, Dave, look over there, and I run out with the suitcase without the pick. Boston.
I think so too. We just
either way, when we're back Monday, it's over, right?
Yeah,
because I think then they play Sunday
Yeah,
again.
it's over.
Or do they play Monday? I don't know. Because there's a travel day, so it would technically be Monday.
It would. Well, if they played tonight, travel day, then what? They play.
No, I mean I think there's like an extra travel day.
Oh, yeah, it is Monday. You're right.
That's weird. An empty weekend without have a Friday night game and no Saturday or Sunday.
Well, let's be honest. We're really rooting for the Mavs tonight.
Get another game.
One more day of content.
Yeah.
But then I expect. But then again, if the Celtics win tonight, we'll spend Monday on them, and then Tuesday starts our team by team postseason recap.
Every single one.
Every day.
Yeah.
We will spend the 8 to 10 segments going over. We'll pick a team. Then we'll have maybe a couple guests from that market.
A couple players from each team.
What went right? What went wrong?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to next season?
Right.
We had our post-show meeting yesterday. It was you, me, our boss, our program director, and Chris for some. I don't know.
Chris was in there.
Was he there?
Why was he in
Why
there?
was he? I don't know. Anyways, and nobody ever listens to my ideas.
What was your biggest idea you had in there?
Well, remember I was talking to you yesterday, and everyone always shoots down my Kings ideas, but then my next one was, what if so the 49ers played.
Yeah, but you didn't say this in the meeting.
I didn't, because I know where it's going to go. The 49ers played 20 games last year, counting the Super Bowl. I say in the 4 weeks leading up to the NFL season, every show, instead of it being 4 hours of us, there's 3 hours of each Niner game, and then we do like a post game. Nobody likes that idea.
Jason had a pretty good idea yesterday.
Which was?
You weren't in the meeting.
I was in the meeting until the end.
I filled Dave in. Now I'm trying to remember what my idea was.
Jason doesn't even know what his idea was.
It's a great idea.
Was it? I agree. It was amazing. I hope we do it. You gonna let us know?
I actually think you will.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's better left not on the air.
Can you say in our ears?
Yeah.
Okay, say in our ears.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great idea. Yeah, that we can't say on the air yet, but that was a good idea. And then my other idea.
Don't want someone stealing it.
No. And then the other idea is always like, well, I don't understand why the month of July we can't just fill the mornings with classic Sacramento Kings games from the season. You know,
that I do like.
See, we do 2 hours of this amazing Kings game against pick it, whatever. And then,
I say we just do a month of the playing game against the Warriors.
Half hour afterwards, we come back live. Hey, remember that moment? What did you think then? And that would go on. Maybe take some phone calls. And what were you thinking at this point of the season? Now, does it sound like I'm trying to come up with pre-recorded content to get us through a tough content struggle? I get how you think that, but I would say this. That's an even more challenging show to do than if we were just doing 4 hours of new content, because we'd have to put ourselves in that mindset. We have to do a bunch of work behind the scenes. It's actually more work what I'm bringing up, and everyone else is lazy.
How did the date end after that play-in game?
Yeah, we wouldn't play the Pelicans one.
No.
A's at Twins, Angels at Giants. So both of them are
World Series rematch.
Yeah, Angels at Giants.
Also, starting today, the Euros.
Oh, in Munich.
What should we be watching?
Well, there's only one match today. It's going to be Germany versus Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
And the Scots are having a great time in Germany.
They are. They're having. I was watching. This is going to be the worst sentence I've ever said in my life, and I caught it right before I said it, but I'm going to say it anyways. So I was watching BBC News on the way in today, and they were doing a live report from Hamburg. And this guy got through. He's like, the Scottish are did, and everyone's so excited. There's a guy in bagpipes, B-roll, and all that. And then they show the Scottish manager. And he's like, I told my players to, don't respect everybody, but don't fear anybody. And hopefully, at the end of the day, we're going to win, because that's what he sounds like. That's a Scottish accent. And then the guy's wrapping up, and I think the lady back in the BBC headquarters is like Andrea Bocelli or whatever her name was. And he's like, and Andrea, as we hang here in Munich, and and then all of a sudden, this dude that killed comes up behind him. He goes, MFing Scotland!
That's not even the craziest video out there.
Not even close.
There was a German news commentator out there talking to the Scottish people. They don't know what he's saying. They're just all behind him yelling. And one of the guys proceeds to show that there is nothing under a kilt.
Oh. Wow.
Was it like a Ken doll? Literally nothing.
It was not a Ken doll.
It was Scotland.
It's weird how stuff.
Scotsland.
It's weird how stuff works over there too, because in the same thing they were marking how like there's some new excitement in Germany, and really like because Germany's hosting like the patriotism, and he's like, in years past, really honestly, over the last 20, 30 years, it just seems like German soccer fan or German football fans there hasn't been a lot of flag waving, and
really,
and he's like, you might wonder why, but also maybe it has something to do with some of the past patriotic struggles they've had in Germany. I'm like, oh my god, they're not waving. Oh, that's why. Okay,
good time on BBC.
It's that
America.
thing that we don't talk about anymore.
It's that thing we don't talk about. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Okay, guys, happy birthday on this June 14th to Donald Trump.
I believe
should be close on this.
Yeah, we'll get it. 79.
He is 77.
Tie.
78?
Yeah.
A ripe young 78.
Happy birthday to Boy
George.
Yeah.
Beach Girl.
Boy George.
Zunberry. Avenue. I like the band. Boy George, who's now really, let's be honest, middle-aged man George.
I think he's past man.
Yeah, older man George.
AARP George.
Yeah, ARP. Man George is 68.
66.
Chris is closer, 63 for Boy George.
Wow. He looks awful for his age.
Wow. Happy birthday to RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett is 24.
26.
That's what he was going to say.
We have a correct answer. It's Carmichael Dave, 24.
I knew Chris was.
Happy birthday to Bobby
Newport.
Witt Jr.
Oh, Junior.
Yeah.
Oh. 27.
25.
I think you're right.
Chris is closer, 24.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to sometimes Dave's favorite, Sammy Watkins.
Twice a fantasy year,
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins out of Clemson.
But get that 3-touchdown week. Better get it right.
Sammy is 29.
27.
Dave is closer, 31.
Oh.
Happy birthday to Sam Perkins.
North
Sleepy
Carolina,
Sam.
Sam Perkins. Let's see. Sam Perkins is going to depress a lot of people. Sam Perkins is 65. That's too old.
58.
Damn it. He's 62.
Dave's closer, 63.
Oh, wow.
Last one. Happy birthday to Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen is 44.
48.
Chris is closer, 53.
Whoa.
Bruce Bowen's 53? That
He probably played with the Spurs and was in his 30s about 20 years ago, right?
Really?
And when did Duncan retire?
I don't know. Why is Bruce Bowen being 53 depressing me? I don't know, but it is. We'll take a break. I'll wipe the tears away. We'll welcome in Styles and Watkins, and we will fun and game it next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
It's the ride everybody wants to be driving, and Elk Grove Kia has them in stock right now. I'm talking about the 2024 Kia Telluride. And my friends at Elk Grove Kia can get you behind the wheel of a 2024 Telluride SX for only $419 a month, plus taxes and fees. Whenever I see one of these driving down the road or next to me at a red light, I just stop and admire it because the Kia Telluride just looks iconic. And not only is the Kia Telluride beautiful, it's got room for the whole family. There's a seating capacity for up to 7 passengers. Plus, it's loaded with tech. So is the 2024 Kia Telluride the right ride for you and your family? Come on down to Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Give it a test drive. And just a heads up, when you're here at Elk Grove Kia, you're going to be treated very well. You're not going to get this kind of car buying experience in Roseville, Vacaville, Sacramento, or Davis. That's why Elk Grove Kia has so many 5-star reviews. Again, check them out in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online, elkgrovekia.com. 24-month lease, $0 security deposit, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles per year, $4,999 due at signing based on approval of credit. VIN number 501850, ends June 30th, 2024.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
You're ready for a perfect summer on the lawn, but all these weeds and brown spots are totally killing the vibe. It's time to call True Green. Save some green this summer with our limited time offer. 1 free application with an annual plan. So all you have to do is water, mow, and enjoy that perfect lawn. Hurry. Offer ends June 18th. Visit truegreen.com for the best lawn at the best price. Guaranteed. Restrictions apply.
Award-winning country sensation Lee Brice is back.
Ain't trying to meet nobody. You'll just hear
Live in concert. Friday, June 28th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. Lee Brice. Special guest Abby Anderson. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Don't miss Lee Brice live.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross,
That was a lot.
And Alan Stiles. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Alan, how long have you been here now?
October till now, so whatever that math is.
November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a tradition here at Bonneville and Sacktown Sports where when you most people are like, oh, it's 1 year anniversary. We do 8 months.
Yeah, it's very much very
and
popular.
as
Very
a token
unique.
of our appreciation for you being an employee of us, of them, for 8 months, we have a Bobby Jackson bobblehead. This is a classic.
Yes.
And I know, everyone says you're a Warriors guy, but I know. Only a true Kings fan can have that. Congratulations.
Wow.
Thanks for being a part of the family.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I loved Bobby Jackson growing up.
And, who didn't? Well, you don't
Of course,
have
the
a
Warriors are terrible then.
That's a great point. Did you hear that? Also, happy first Father's Day.
It's my second.
That's what I meant. Friday Fun and Games brought to you by Father's Days all over the place.
Yes.
And breaking player number news.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. There's been a lot going on here.
That's just a fun day. Jason's leaving for Oregon.
We are going to do the a callback from last week's game.
Yeah.
Different list. Complete the list. Okay.
Complete the list.
Remember we did this last week? We did pretty well.
Right. We did.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go Dave. And Chris wasn't here for that, so he's going to participate this time, Chris Verlaud. So we'll go Dave, Alan, Chris, and then Chris. Our first category, the second one, we're going to have a little tribute to Father's Day. But the first one I want to get in here. So we're in the NBA Finals right now.
Yeah, we are.
And so, Dave, we are looking for the active NBA Finals scoring leaders, the top 10. If you name one, you advance.
Okay, forgive me. Is this average or total?
Total points.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question
Thank
from the
you.
audience.
Thank you.
So the top 10, you stay in the game if you get it right.
Total. Okay.
Active players.
Active.
All right, so I have a choice to take it or pass it, right? Oh, no.
No, you have to go.
You're
You
right.
start the game.
Michael Jordan.
Active.
What does active mean to you?
Not alive.
Not alive.
So he's
I
out.
thought when
No,
you
we'll
said,
reboot.
Hold
Active.
on. I thought when he said active, he meant people still exercising and in shape.
Yes.
You mean right now? Oh, well,
Correct.
Steph Curry.
Okay, that is number 2 on the list. Alan.
LeBron James.
That is
my
number
God, that
1
is
on the
hilarious.
list. Christopher
Bill
Law.
Russell.
Who? Christopher Law.
Too soon.
I will take
That's funny.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant,
Oh,
number
man.
4 on the list. So we've got
Okay.
1, 2, and 4.
I'll take Klay Thompson.
Number 3 on the list. Everybody's still in the game. Dave, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are gone. NBA Finals active scoring leaders. Complete the list.
Jason Tatum.
Not on the list.
I would have.
I was so glad you didn't
Whoa.
say it.
Hate him.
Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving, number
Yeah,
5
yeah,
on the
I
list.
thought about
1 through
that.
5, Christopher Law.
Not that many guys.
I know.
Oh man.
We need 6 through 10 now. And if you guys get 10, you're brilliant.
Oh.
All right. So, who was in the NBA final? Kawhi Leonard.
Number 7
Wow,
on
that's
the
a great
list.
poll.
That was my.
So we
guess.
need 6, 8, 9, and 10.
I'm so sad and alone. Someone
I
else
think I'll be
does.
joining you pretty soon.
Chris and I be a team.
I'll say
You did give us Michael Jordan, though.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I'll do Giannis. He had a 50-point game.
Not on the list.
Hey,
Alan.
welcome in, buddy.
Welcome in.
We got
Man,
Jack.
this is
Alan
a
to keep
tough
the game
one.
going with Chris Verlaud.
Just trying
There's
to
definitely
think
like
who's-
some obvious ones.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, number 9 on the list.
God.
Chris Verlaud,
Nikola Jokic.
not on the list. Alan, can you keep it going by yourself? A solo mission for number 6, number 8, number 10.
Tatum wasn't on the list.
Correct. He was not
Well,
on the
or
list.
was he?
He wasn't for Dave, but he is for you.
Man, this is tough. Just trying to
I feel
think
like there's
who's-
at least
who's
one
floating around.
I feel like there's
super
gotta be an
obvious,
obvious
one out
one.
there.
Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, and based on what he did, I don't know. If
Oh,
he's
wait a
on the
minute.
list.
Oh.
Would it be? Is Jimmy Butler on the list?
Jimmy Butler's number 8.
Wow.
Alan's still going.
Alan
Can you
is-
get number 6 and
About
number 10?
appearances.
Number 6. You're right. I'm trying to go based on who's left that had the appearances.
I have one I'm curious about.
I have one.
I
There's.
think I know where you're thinking.
Yeah, I think you know where
Feel
I
it.
say you think where I'm thinking.
I know. I don't want to waste too much time here. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to get to the
Well,
father's
then
list.
If you don't want to, let's
Just
All
throw
right,
a name
well,
out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Jaylen Brown.
Not on there.
Luka Doncic.
No.
Drew Holiday.
Nope. Number 10, if you guys got this, would have been amazing. Danny Green.
I was gonna say
I knew
Danny
there was
Green.
And number
That
6,
animal.
I actually thought you would get 6 just based on volume of games. Draymond Green.
He's a
Ah,
bomb.
But I mean, he's played so many.
Yeah,
All right.
you're right.
There you go. Sports list is done. Now let's go to this. Again, this is not my list, but I'm going off of this list.
I
And
wasn't
since
really
there's
gonna say
20,
Jeff Green.
since there's 25, you can miss more than what you can miss twice.
Okay.
To stay in the game. This, according to yardbarker.com, huge site. They have the list of the top 25 television father figures.
Oh my gosh.
So it's their opinion, not mine. TV
Yeah.
father figures, though, is an
Can
important.
I have? I think everybody will
Yes, you
agree.
can ask.
I have a free guess?
Yes,
Because
that
this
person's
is-
not on it.
Really? He's not?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, no. Yeah.
William.
Yeah.
Mr.
Michael Jordan. Okay.
Probably would have been on this list, but it's not.
He would have been like top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
And it's not ranked, but there's 25. So, Dave, you can start us off. Television father figures. All time.
I will say Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Tim Taylor, Home Improvement is on the list.
Okay. What was that yours?
Oh.
TV father figures.
I mean, I think I have number 1. I'm just saying.
They didn't rank. They just listed 25.
Who's the dude from Full House?
Well,
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Danny Tanner.
Well, although technically 3 father figures on that show.
But we're taking
they're all on the list.
I'm accepting that.
Okay.
Christopher Ladd.
What are you Googling?
I don't know dads, so I have to look for dads.
TV dads, Chris.
Alan Matthews.
Alan Matthews. What show was that?
Boy Meets World.
Not on the list.
That's bull crap.
Chris gets a second chance.
First round out.
Chris,
Alan
no, he gets a second.
Matthews isn't on the top
Chris
20.
Parker.
Everyone knows that.
I don't know if this is a dumb guess because he's not technically a father, but Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil from
That's
Fresh Prince.
He's
on there.
This is bullcrap.
Philip Banks, not my list.
Yeah. Chris is going to get so triggered.
All right. Carmichael Dave.
I think if this was ranked, we're talking a top 5 here. Give me Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith on the list.
Yeah, definitely. All time.
Andy Taylor from Andy Griffith Show.
Is it, man, right.
Does it say the name of the show on there too? So if we go like the guy from the show.
Yeah, I'll give you the show
What about wow. What about the guy from Wonder Years?
Oh, yeah. Fred Savage.
Great guess. Not on there.
Oh.
Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow, Family Matters on the list.
Say Red from 70s Show.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He on there?
Red Foreman.
Not really a great father figure.
Yeah. If we were ranking, I wouldn't guess this, but I really hope he's on there. What's his face from Family Ties?
Yes, he is. Stephen
What's his
Keaton.
face?
Is Walter
Stephen
White
Keaton.
on the list?
Yeah.
Walter White. Oh.
What about 2.5 Men?
No, not on the list.
Chris?
Is Marshall Erickson?
The dad dinosaur from the show Dinosaurs.
Oh, I'll give you the rest. Al Bundy,
Ooh.
Archie Bunker, Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
I thought it was.
What
about Family? I was going to say Family Guy.
I thought it was active
Roseanne,
dads.
Side by Side, Sanford and Son, The Munster, Herman Munster, Homer Simpson, Happy
What?
Days, Mr.
Homer
Cunningham,
chokes his child.
Yeah.
Jason Seaver, Growing Pains, Michael Bluth from Arrested Development, Mike Brady, Brady Bunch, Peter Griffin from The Family Guy, Phil Dunphy, Modern Family, Phil Drummond from
Phil
Different
Dunphy,
Strokes,
yeah.
and there's 3 more.
For everybody, I'm Dave. That's Jason. That's Chris. These guys are next. Love you all. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day. Bye-bye now.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune in to every Kings game this season on Sacktown